Hello and welcome back to another Tomato Sauce stream. Today we are planning to jump straight into some King of Games because we did accidentally KoG off stream. We were planning on saving it and we were just going to keep giving up on our 5th game, but we did accidentally KoG because we just really like this format and we just want to play more Rush, and we've been having such a great time doing so. So who do we have in the chat? We have Dragson, always here first. We have Quicks, welcome on in. We have Grand Harrier, who somehow is also, again, first, just every time. We do not know how Grand and Dragson can both be first at all times, but they somehow manage it. Then we have Swig with Twig, welcome on in. Bakura, how's it going? We have Dwan. Everyone's here. Everyone is here. So we haven't really got any news, per se, for the old Rush duel, but we do have something, I suppose, and that is we have had a couple of tournaments going on. Now, there's been a couple of tournaments and, like, these point duel rooms and stuff going around, and we've been seeing kind of a meta start to form, right? We have started to see, obviously, Royal Rebels doing very, very well. They've been popping off quite hard. They're not this, like, tier 0 meta threat that I think a lot of people thought they were going to be, but they are almost certainly the best deck in the room, and I think that didn't really surprise anyone. What maybe did surprise people is THUNDA. THUNDA has been putting up good results. I think everyone, myself included, looked at this deck and went, okay, this deck doesn't do anything unfair, but what it does very solid. It does have the tools it needs to be able to deal with anything, but it doesn't do that, oh, I'm going to OTK my opponent. Oh, I'm going to wipe the whole board. Oh, I'm going to do this other ridiculously unfair thing. It plays it quite a low to the ground kind of deck. It plays quite a fair game. And because of that, I think it went a little bit under the radar, but it is performing quite well. Along with that, I suppose Yggdrago has been putting up some results. I think Yggdrago specifically has been putting up better results over in Japan than it has been kind of in the West, but it's still doing okay, right? We saw it, I think, make top 4 in Grand's tournament. It didn't do particularly good in Quantum's tournament, but it has been doing quite good overseas. Now, the deck that I think is a little bit underwhelming still is the Magnum Overlord deck. And to be fair, again, Renegade did manage to take 2nd place with it, but it was in a single elimination tournament, which does have, like, certain caveats to it. I think the Magnum Overlord deck is still very, very strong. It can pop off. It can absolutely just destroy your opponent and look really unfair. It comes down to how often it's going to be able to do that, and I think we'll have to give it a few more weeks and really see if anyone really finds the source with that deck, sees if they can really make it something consistent, right? Make it something that feels like it can win most of its games rather than a lot of the time feeling a little bit like a coin toss. But the deck we're going to play today is obviously the THUNDA deck, but if we take a look at the list that we've got, we can see this is pretty much the standardized list. I mean, we played something very similar to this in Grand's tournament. We managed to take a top 8 slot, and we did get knocked out due to bricking twice, which is actually kind of hard to do with this deck, but one of the ways we did brick was on our spell trap, so we have cut that down a little bit, only by 1, but we'll have to see how this goes, because the top performing THUNDA deck in the tournament was only actually playing 4 spell traps and was not playing any Thunder Blast, so it'll be interesting to see what's going on as well there. And then everyone's favorite honorary Thunder monsters are actually Piercing Samurai and Rising Light Angel Essel, which have been popping off quite a lot in this deck, so we'll have to see how this actually goes. You guys should have heard the sound he made when he accidentally hit KoG last night. Yeah? Do you wanna describe that, Steve? But with all that said, this meta is looking to be a quite diverse one. We'll have to see how things actually settle, right? Because we're still early days, we're still in honeymoon period, people are still testing stuff out, people aren't really bringing a lot of the older decks to these events, so we don't really necessarily know how the older decks are stacking up against the newer decks. I really think that machines could still do alright, and the spellcasters I think are still in a very good position, so we'll have to see how those actually compete. But I think we're still in that phase where everyone wants to play with their new toys, everyone wants to use the new mechanic, and because of that, we're expecting to play against a lot of maximum on the ladder today. So why don't we hop straight on in, put our overlay back on, and see what we can run into. Now, Again, our deck, I believe, does have everything it needs to out pretty much everything in the format. It'll just depend if we draw it, right? Like, if we do run into a max, we're going to need a power boost or a weaken or a tribute to the doom to get over it. So we'll have to see what actually happens there. Now, this is something we haven't experienced in a while, and that is the long queues. I haven't actually had Rush, like, I don't want to say queues, but long loading times in Rush since, like, 2 months ago, I want to say. But I suppose thus is the curse of KoG. Okay, we're against Nail. He's got the, what was it, artifact skill. So, or, yeah, it's called artifact skill, right? I don't remember. But anyway, that means it's probably going to be Harpies or Thunder. We're expecting, or this could still be either. Okay, we are against Harpies. Okay. Let's see what our Harpy opponent has for us. What? What? My man just discard Widespread Ruin to get Harpy Lady R back to his hand. What a Chad. Alright, let's see what happens here. Right, well, we can't actually out him, which is a little bit annoying, but we can still get some damage in if we want to, which I suppose we will. We'll go summon, summon, we'll set a back row. Ah, I forgot this used to be face up. That was silly. So now I guess we'll just guarantee the clear. So I don't want this to have a big butt and not be able to get any damage in at all. Which, it was a big butt, so that works for us anyway. Saved by the mistake, I suppose. Let's see what our opponent's got. Okay, he's got a pretty big board. Which isn't great for us. We're going to take some damage here. And he's going to drop a TSA. I really don't want to lose to this guy because he is making some sus plays. Just really wants to get as much damage as he can in early, I guess. Someone I thought did that too, and I would like... Yeah, it's very strange, right? It's very strange. But who knows? Maybe they're cooking something. We're taking a lot of damage here. We really need to find a tribute monster. Else this is not looking great for us. We don't even have enough monsters to, like, do anything. I guess we just have to go all in on defense now. Well, fingers crossed we can draw into something playable next turn and we don't just lose to this, because this is very sad. Reincarnation. So he's going to take back the third Harpy Lady Sisters. Okay. Tribute that out, easy peasy. Oh, no, we're just going straight for the maximum. Oh god, if he has Pierce, we are just dead. That face down. Surely the last card he has can't be Pierce, right? Surely. No, we're dead anyway, right? So he just flips one of our guys up. We just have nothing. So you're telling me this guy really just did that to us? We just got so sacked. Holy crap. That is not the way we want to start the morning. Hello, Negative Impact. Welcome on in. You've just joined us getting utterly sacked by a Harpy player. I mean, so he threw away his Widespread Ruin for literally no reason. He built a really terrible board and had no protection for it, and we just didn't draw any tribute monsters. Followed by hard drawing the maximum, and the last two cards he had were exactly what he needed to kill us. Like, I don't know what we're supposed to do in that situation. Thank God I finished Rush KoG climb. Congratulations, you're ending up in a YouTube compilation. I mean, maybe. This is not a great open either. I don't even think it's worth dumping into Grave right now. Just leaving it in attack mode just seems like a bad idea. Alright, next game. These skills flipping up monsters is cursed. So I don't mind that, because I would much rather that was a thing than there was no way to get to your opponent's life points, right? So it's not that that's the problem. It's when you can flip up a monster and then if you have a way to get like an absolutely enormous monster. So for Harpies, for example, flipping up one of your opponent's monsters is really, really terrible if you've got Harpies Pet Dragon, right? Because if you can get out like a 3,800, I mean, it gets bigger, right? You can go up to what, 4,300 Harpies Pet Dragon? Like, flipping up one of your opponent's guys face up and then attacking them is crippling, right? That's so much damage. It's actually insane. Now, speak of the devil. Okay, but like this is not... I mean, this is still pretty big, because it's going to be like a big 3,000 guy. But we have the TTD. We can out this. We just need to make sure we draw into a tribute monster so we can actually attack over the Harpy Lady Sisters. That's a shame as well. He flipped up our weakest monster for maximum damage. We still have a monster left over as well, so getting even 2 tribute monsters will be fine here. Okay, we got one. So we are good to go here. We're going to activate this, discard. Do we even want to activate this? I mean, we kind of have to. We don't really get a say in that. I guess we can weaken one of them, so it doesn't really matter. We could just go 1-2, tribute, normal summon, and then hold. It's not bad. I don't think we're going to hold on to Piercing Samurai. But tribute 1, tribute 2, summon. We can weaken this by 500 is the issue. 500 isn't enough to clear. Nah, it is if we summon this. So we'll do this. We can also get piercing, but piercing doesn't actually help. I could weaken this, change this to defense. Weaken this by 700, kill that, it loses. But then if I change to defense, that doesn't change anything. If I weaken this... Oh, yeah. Right, so we will weaken this. And then change this to defense. This is the smart play. Activate this. Flip this. Go to battle. Swing over this. Get the piercing in. Weakens that. Attack over that. Get him for 15. I don't know why that required so much brain power. But we got there in the end. I used Seven's Road deck and just used Pierce for stall players. I mean, yeah. I mean, the alternative is that you just use Torna, right? Because Torna's still really good. Especially if you're playing... I think if you're playing Seven's Road in just about anything, Torna really works well with it. Torna works very, very well with Magnum Overlord, and also works very, very well in the Seven's Axel Road deck specifically, because you need more 16s anyway. And it's like one of the best 16s. So it feels like a design choice towards inevitability. Yeah. I think that's quite a good way to put it, Grand. I think as well, I have lived through the rush metas in the physical game where defensive options are prevalent, and it is not great. I mean, you could say the same thing about playing just like Stall or Floodgates or something in regular Yu-Gi-Oh, right, in Speed, right? It turns into you just have to have the out or enjoy staring at each other for a bit, right? Thunder Goat, yesterday I did 13 win streak in KoG. Good job, Gonchi. I mean, the deck is really, really cool. I'm curious how many spells and traps you're on, Gonchi, because that is the factor that I am most interested in at the moment, is how many spell traps do we really want to be playing in Thunder to be optimal. Well, there's just an instant surrender from our opponent. And again, we've played against 3 nails, all with the artifact skills, so I'm assuming all of those players were on Harpies, but again, could have been Thunder, or Red Eyes, or whatever, but let's face it, it's probably Harpies. Let's go and turn our names back on in the duels as well, so we actually see who we're against. We got into the habit of turning them off when we record, but for stream it'll be fine. Small Talk Maximum Monster need their Pierce or Flip Burn, or you will wall them out. It one monster. Oh, how does our chat come back on? We'll do that. Pierce or Flip or Burn, wall them for monster talk versus a wall of monster, and you wait for that out, as you say, stall. So, let's break this down. Max Monster need their Pierce or Flip. Yes, 100%. Max Monsters need a way to get to your opponent's life. Hey, it's Renegade. Immediately turn names on. Immediately, we duel into Renegade. Oh, playing Beyond Curiosity. I will say, I kind of said this on stream, I don't like all the attack manipulation, but I don't mind the positional changing. I think it's... Oh, Renegade's internet's crapping out by the look of it. I think it's a weird one because the big attack manipulation is in 3 of the skills, right? That is the Ragnarok skill, the Magnum Overlord skill, and I guess we're going to set this. And the Thunder skill, right? I think Thunder desperately need it. Thunder needs something to let them play, because otherwise the deck's like, it's too fair. It doesn't do anything, right? When it comes to the Cyburst deck, the limitations on the skill, I guess both the other 2 decks, right? The Cyburst skill and the Magnum Overlord skill, is they're both so restrictive that I think they get away with allowing the 800 reduction. I think the Ragnarok skill is probably like the best individual skill, like in a vacuum, right? If you look at it, you can weaken your opponent's monsters, and 2 of them, not just 1, by 800, which is huge. Or you can use it on your own monsters to get double tribute. You can mix and match it even. So you can, it's very, very versatile. You can use it however you want. The only real big negative of it is you have to give up a card from your hand, and the same is true for the Magnum Overlord skill, right? They both cost a card from your hand to get those reductions. So, I don't know. It's a weird one. It's quite easy to say, oh, this skill is the better one in a vacuum. But, you know, when you take it into account with all of the deck building restrictions put alongside it, it gets a bit funky. But then there's, like, the Harpy one, which gives you a big load of attack on top of your potential already big attack guys. It's the same reason I don't like, I wouldn't like Seven's Road Magician to like just have a skill to change battle positions. I think it's good that it's tied into Torna, who is a tribute monster that also requires a discard. Because if you could just get like, oh, my guy's like 3900, it can just get a direct attacking constantly all the time. That would be crazy, right? Right, we'll get this out. Drop the Thunder Blast. Pop the back row. I mean, we only really have the one play, don't we? I don't think we need to worry about milling any additional cards here. And we'll summon. Go ahead and activate the skill. Weaken 1. Change the battle position of another. Activate the effect. Activate the effect. Activate the effect. We'll go to battle. Swing into this. Swing into this. We're going to get a little bit greedy because most of the Cyberse cards have no defense at all. And then we'll pass on that. Not a bad turn. My out to defense monsters was just Pierce or Tribute to the Doom. Yeah, Pierce is a weird one, right? Because Pierce oftentimes feels really bad unless it's winning you the game. If it's winning you the game, it doesn't matter, right? Just play it, right? If a card wins you the game, there's no reason to not use it. Tribute to the Doomed is also a really, really weird one because I feel like I don't actually use it that much. I feel like I'm not resolving it. Usually when I draw Tribute to the Doomed, I'm already in like a winning position, so I don't need it. Like, it's a very strange confirmation bias that I've got at the moment. But Tribute to the Doomed is extremely versatile. I think a lot of people forget you can use it on face-down monsters, which is just a good way to just close games. I was tired of drawing 3 boss monsters turn 1. I mean, yeah. You never want to be doing that, right? This looks like an attribute angle. $4,200 gets the draw. Doesn't really look like there's much chance of a maximum summon this turn, though. It'd have to be, what, tribute over for Pictotron. Pictotron effect to draw into 2 maximum pieces. That's the only, like, plus I can see from this position. It's a just in case for maximum monsters, yes. So it's a fantastic way to deal with them, really, isn't it? Okay, well, as long as we draw a boss monster, we win the game, right? We just need to not brick. Because we haven't milled any, we still have 5 boss monsters in the deck. And any boss monster wins the game here. So yeah, as long as we don't brick, this is GG. Let's see. Ooh. Almost, that got a little bit scary. So normal. And here it goes. The boat. Everyone knows him. Everyone loves him. It's boat time. Let's go, boat. Here comes Vorse Raider. Let's get out the second boat. We go 1. We go 2. Boat comes down. Let's go boat effect. Boat brings back Angler Coil. 1 happy boy. We'll activate the skill. Weaken this one. Change the battle position of this one. We'll drop the Talismanic Seal Array as well because we can. And that is going to be the game. Kaboom. Nice. Alright, now, can we get any more games as well? Because so far we've only played against maximum decks. It'd be interesting to see how we perform against a non-maximum deck. Ooh, Roman. But is this just going to be an artifact skill? That's the next question. We will have to wait and see. Right, win streak 3. That's always quite nice. Right, it is an actual Roman skill. So this could be Hangry Roman. Gone fast again. Feels bad. Right, we'll just do the old set 3 past. Everyone's favourite patented opening. This is still not bad, right? Like, having extra cards is still okay. If our board lives at all, then we'll be in a pretty good spot. The fact we've normal summoned this tells me we're tributing. Here comes Guitar. Okay. Bit weird that we could have kept the Psychic. Chose not to. Interesting. I mean, not necessarily a bad play. I'm just speculating what you could be doing. So we could summon this, tribute both for boat, use boat effect, bring back a card, tribute both for that. That gets out 2 tribute monsters. We don't have to go that ham though. We could just attack over this, keep the big guy in hand. I think that's kind of what I want to do here. So we'll summon out Blast Jaws. I'm going to just tribute out boat. We'll go boat effect. Bring back Surge Bolt. Bring out Angler Coil. We're going to set. We're going to activate the skill. We're going to weaken Gazelle. We're going to change the battle position of Guitar. We'll go battle, back over Guitar. Clear over Gazelle, get in 15. So this is turn 4. Okay, yeah, so we are amping up. So 3,200 means he would need... We could do Roman pick. We could go... Oh, that is actually really scary. Oh, because he didn't activate the skill, right? I don't believe he activated to draw all the cards. Unless I was an idiot and just didn't spot it. Or maybe he did. Okay, well, there's Prima. It always confuses me in, like, the log how it looks, right? But I'm pretty sure he didn't do it. Yeah, he didn't. Okay. 3 back row. Now he's got to be wondering about the back row. Okay, just attacks over. Doesn't pay the 1,000. More interested in staying alive. Alright, well, let's go with Trailblitzing Thunderbolt. We'll hit this one. Then we'll go Trailblitzing Thunderblast. We'll hit this one. Okay. Well, I can activate this effect, but I don't need to. Right? I could just summon Tribute, which is probably better. He has no cards in his hand. I think we need to keep this. In case we get widespreaded. Because we don't want to get widespreaded. And that is going to be the game. Bit of a shame we didn't get to see more from that, but... It is what it is. I really want Psychic to be good, and like part of me is hoping that someone just really comes up with some like really sick Psychic list that just nobody realizes is there. Does this deck have a maximum out except for generic spells? So, that is a excellent question. Oh, let's turn that off. So we go back to this deck quick. So, basically, if our opponent summons out, let's say worst case scenario, right? They summon out your Drago, so 4,000 attack. With our boss monster, Trigger Drago, it can gain 300 attack, putting up to 28, right? Obviously, it's 12 short of what we need. If we use our skill, Lightning Trigger, we can weaken a monster by its level times 100, meaning we can put a Yggdrago down to 3,000 attacks, and now we're only 200 short of being able to kill it. At which point, all we need is any kind of little boost, and we do have Blast Jaws to do that. So, it is a 2-card combo, right? Because we need to find a Trigger Drago, and we need to find a Blast Jaws, but there is a in-archetype way to outmaxes. Obviously, we do also have the Talismanic Seal Array and the Tribute to the Doomed. As you mentioned, there are generic spells, but we do have other ways to get to it. And if we get Trigger Drago into our graveyard, we have ways to access it with Censored Duckbill, and we have ways to get it into the graveyard by milling with effects like Essel, which just immediately mills too. So there is like a little bit more to it than just get lucky and find both the cards. The hard one to actually maintain is going to be Blast Jaws. Like, finding Blast Jaws is harder than finding Trigger Drago. So it's a bit weird, but... Also, welcome on Waltz. Hope you're having a great day. I really do like the Thunder deck. The Thunder deck is... I think, especially because Thunder has always been a kind of lackluster. Like, it never... really has amounted to much of anything, so seeing it be quite good in Duel Links is very exciting for me, because they will also eventually get some fusions, and the Thunder fusions are pretty cool. Again, you know, a bit overshadowed by some of the better fusion monsters, but they're still okay in their own right. Yeah, I'm having an okay day. Smashing. This deck seems fun. Yeah, it's... So I really like it. I like the kind of down to the ground, like, doesn't have to like pop off to win kind of decks. But I can also understand how some people will be like, well, I want to play maximums. I want to play these like big bombastic turns. What is in the graveyard? A Stormbolt. Yes, please. I would very much like a Stormbolt. I'll just take one of his stuff. Out you come. Alright, so that's a very good mill. How do we want to go forward, though? We could just summon this out. I guess that's probably the best bet we've got. We wanted it in the graveyard eventually anyway. There's not going to be a really good opportunity to get another one in grave. Holding on to these is okay. Yeah, I think we're just going to summon this. We are going to activate our skill. We're going to weaken this, and I don't think we're going to bother changing its battle position. We'll just go to battle. We'll swing with the 15 first, because this plays around Recital. We'll get him for the 1000. We'll get him for the 24. So he had something to use there. I can only assume it was Recital. Right? I haven't tried it with the Piercing Samurai and the Light Angel yet. It just seems like the deck that has all the tools but nothing too crazy. Yes. I think that is the best way to describe it, right? It has everything it needs, but it doesn't pop off, right? I think a lot of people, including myself, were also underestimating Stormbolt Destroyer because plus oneing is like okay, right? But like usually it doesn't usually end the game on its own. Usually it enables you to get to something to end the game. But Stormbolt Destroyer getting an extra 15 is unbelievably good. But again, it's kind of... It went a little bit under the radar, I think, especially because everyone's got their eyes on maximum summoning, right? Yggdrago, this big 3-headed asparagus dragon, is like this really cool 4,000 attack, ridiculous boss monster. And then you have the Magnum Overlord, who's another big robot boss monster who can just OTK your opponent in the right situation. And then Harpies is another big maximum monster that people have been learning that is actually kind of crazy even if you don't maximum summon. And then Royal Rebels, people have been saying it's going to be tier 0, and therefore, you know, people want to play whatever the best deck is. So Thunda's been a little bit... that's really not ideal. Going second here would have been fantastic, but unfortunately that's not how this works. If he gets Invasion, obviously he just gets to do whatever he wants. If he gets Heavy Metal, I guess it's arguably a little bit better for us, but he does still get to pop the 15. So we'll get to 4,000 and take half our life points off. Discards Heavy Metal. So that means he's got a big bricked up hand. Does go for the Invasion. Okay, so we do lose all of our monsters, but we are taking less damage than if he had Heavy Metal Dust. And he has no back row, 1 card in hand. That might be another big tribute monster, which is kind of scary. Right, there's Stormbolt Destroyer, which is what we're looking for. You're level 3, but it doesn't matter because if he weakens, he was going to make Stormbolt level 3 anyway. We could get a little bit of extra damage with this in. I don't think we care about that. We're just going to summon. Tribute 1, Tribute 2. Then we're not going to bother using his effect. We're just going to get out all the boys from hand. We need as many draws as we can here. We're going to weaken. There's no point in changing its battle position. Go to battle, swing over. Get in for just a ton of damage. And then pass. Now, we still could just die here. Right? We still could just die. There's nothing we can do about that. But Royal Rebels having 2 boss monsters that pop your monsters is kind of crazy, plus the skill. Yeah, I mean, it is insane, right? Hey, Tomato, how are you? Hey, Max, we're having a great day so far. We started off with getting utterly destroyed by Harpies, but since then, we've kind of made a bit of a comeback, but we are now playing the Tier 1 super powerful Rebels. We'll have to see if we can actually overcome them or if we're about to get OTK'd, but I say OTK'd, it's already not an OTK, we've already taken damage, but we know he's going to have another boss monster, we just don't know which one. The plus side is he doesn't seem to have the... Is it keeper? Dealer? Dealer. So I don't think we're going to be dead from that. Yeah, negative. I think the... Wait, is this just... That's 35. No, 34. So we're alive. Okay. So we just need any boss monster and we win. Almost. Almost went badly there. Do we win? Change it to defense, attack directly. Yeah, we just win. We win these. Summon boat. Boat effect. Bring back everyone's favorite angler coilfish. Activate the skill. We'll weaken that down to 17. I mean, yeah, we'll change its battle position as well. And that is going to be the win. So we're on a bit of a streak so far. I've been getting a bit bored of Duel Links, so I've been playing less, just grinding gems for now. I mean, that is exactly the right attitude to have. I think the worst thing people could do... Alright, so this is going to get into a bit of a weird kind of topic, but if you feel like you're like addicted to a gacha game, you should stop, right? That is just a thing. But at the same time, I find that people will burn out on something and then immediately quit it and then regret the decision later because then they haven't been grinding out their gems and then they can't just jump back in when they want to. But I always really like to keep playing the game, even if I'm not actively playing. I did this with Vanguard Zero a few times, which is I would kind of not enjoy the meta for that current format, so I would just log in, do my dailies, keep playing the game, effectively. And then come back to it at a later date. I think I'm going to get rid of Duckbill, as much as I kind of don't want to. I'd rather have the Samurai for, like, the aggression next turn. They might be tier 1, but Thunder tier 0. I got 3 of every card in the box, and I'm already at the gem cap, so I just haven't been grinding. I mean, again, that's completely fine. If you're not worried about getting like speed stuff or getting stuff for farming decks, then yeah, 100%. How do we approach this? He has no cards in hand, so I kind of want to make a play with this boy. All right. We'll go 1-2, summon out the big boy. We'll summon out the piercing. We'll flip. We're then going to activate. So this, keeping these in hand is a little bit rough, because we could have tributed 2 and got this out and then just brought out an extra card. But I kind of want to keep these because we already have 1 normal summon. And we don't want to give up all of our boss monsters early, especially when we have already given up. Right, we want to attack this first as well, because if he's got Recite, we want to play around that. We're going to run into the widespread anyway. There's not really much we could have done about that. We'll just swing with this. Okay, it's just Harpies. Okay, we didn't really get the maximum there we could have, which is a bit of a shame. If we had attacked the other order, we would have got the extra 12. And we can't help our opponent opening widespread. Now, we could brick on this hand, so this is very greedy to hold on to these. But at the same time, with all 3 Duckbill gone, I can no longer recycle. So this boss monster is just gone forever now. Like, in fact, we've also lost our 1 copy of Talismanic Seal Array, so we have literally 0 ways to get it back now. Although maintaining this is actually really good. Right, we'll normal summon. Is there a reason to maintain this? Probably not, but I'm going to anyway. We'll summon this. Because this will actually let us recycle our boss monster. I keep forgetting, this deck has so many ways to recycle. Boat. Activate skill. Bring back Angler Coilfish. We'll activate our skill. We're going to change the battle position of this because we want to pierce over it. Now the question is, because it's face down, it shouldn't matter, right? This should just connect anyway. Okay, barrier's fine. That means it's going to be a Harpy Lady. Oh, he's playing the Grace Princess. Okay. I mean, that's fine. We don't mind taking a bit of damage here. As long as he doesn't maximum us, we're going to be pretty much fine, I would think. Yeah, true. I'd be more or less pay to win. Since, yeah, I always had spent money on decks. But I want to build, but sometimes it's pointless to do so if you don't want to build everything. I mean, yeah, I wish that gems didn't expire if you reach the maximum. I mean, yeah, but they want player retention, right? And the way they get that is, unfortunately, by making you keep coming in, keep restocking constantly. Right, I guess we'll summon. We'll fire off the Thunderbolt. We'll just pop one of these. We'll tribute 1, tribute 2. Now, I think we're going to change the battle position of 1. We're going to pierce over it. We're going to use. I think we are going to use this. We got to keep the angle of Coilfish coming back just every turn. It's very important. Activate our skill. We'll weaken this one. Change the battle position of this one. Go to battle. We're going to swing over this one first again in case it's recital. And we'll get in 4 to 15 and then pass. Like I want to keep grinding on it to have over 20k plus gems. For example, I already know how gacha games feel. And I mean, I play Duel Links again for the anime nostalgia and grinding my character unlock events, mainly speed. And so this month I've been waiting for casually Sherry to arrive. I think after this year goes on, I just want Yuri left to be added to build Predator Plants. If any other new decks come, I won't really put too much mind to it. If the deck interests me, that is. Because we have that KoTalk firewall structure coming soon, probably around May, when we get maybe a new Vrains character announced. I mean, yeah, I think it's always a good idea to know your own limitations, right? Know what you want from the game, like play around that sort of thing. That's probably another, what's it called, Ghost. It's got no cards in hand. Which kind of makes me just want to go ham. No, we'll summon. We will tribute 2. We'll go ahead and activate the skill. We'll weaken this, and we will change its battle position as well. We're going to summon out Blast Jaws. We're going to activate it. We're going to start putting our Thunder monsters back in our deck. I think we'll take Boat back for now. So that's going to pierce and kill anyway, right? So I guess we'll put it on here. Alright, well if this connects we win, so... Alright. Nice and easy. Might as well save that one as well. Banger music, banger gameplay. Well, I'd like to take credit for the music, but it's just what I like, so... How's it going, Colossalus? Welcome on in. I have a lot of decks build since my account is from 2018. Yeah, I mean, I made this account I'm playing on now. This was, I want to say, like the 2nd or 3rd Duel Links box, right? Like, this is OG. I don't remember what year Duel Links even came out in, but... I just want Tachyon nerfed more so I can play bad decks. I mean, I think you're not the only one in that camp, my friend. And I've spent at least over 1k total, like, for the majority of investment. Some I regret, but I get paid quite a lot monthly. I mean, yeah, it's one of those things where if you are on a decent wage, right, you should never feel ashamed for spending it how you want to spend it, right? Like, if you're happy with your investments, that's all that matters. Instead of being a dirty Shiranui player. Shiranui is such a weird deck. I both love and hate Shiranui so much. I think I really just don't like skills that dump a load of crap into your graveyard. I don't like those, full stop. And I'm also not the biggest fan of trap cards that are Wabaku, right? just stop Wabakooing me. That's just what I want. For bundles and such, there will be a Code Talker structure. Yeah, we got Odd Eyes EX structure last, you remember? So this year, we get Code Talker / Firewall. Nice. I think the trap / stall variant of Shura's are annoying. Yeah, I mean, that's how I feel for sure. Okay, I think we always do this. Alright, what did we hit? I don't want either of those in my hand. No. Alright, we'll summon. We'll drop the Thunder Blast. Pop the back row. We'll normal. Activate the effect. Ah, there goes boat. Go to battle. We'll swing into whatever. We'll swing into this. Nice. 1200 damage in. That's what we want. And that connects. And that was the big defense. So we actually got very lucky attacking in that order. Obviously, it could have just been any order, but... Now, the issue is we have 3 level 4 monsters. So we still lose our whole board to invasion. We will still also get pretty hammered. We'll take, what, 3,000 damage from a heavy metal. The fact he's discarding heavy metal obviously tells us his hand probably has a lot of high levels in it. Because I think in an ideal world, you probably... I don't know, would you hold... Oh, that's scary, because that means he can get a lot of damage in if he keeps that around. Oh no, he's not keeping it around. Okay, that's fine then. Okay, we are still going to lose 3,000 life, but there's not really a lot we could do about that. And he gets a defense and a set. That's kind of scary. Okay, okay. So this is not looking great. Is there much of a point to mill? Right now, I don't feel like there is. Like, we don't need additional cards in the grave to get anything going here. So we will summon... Tribute, summon. We'll go ahead and activate the skill. The issue is, if that is a widespread, we get boned no matter what. So summon, summon. Activate. Give him his little boost. Activate. Now, just don't be widespread. Just don't be widespread. That is the only, by the way. That is... Right, to be fair, they do also tend to play the Essel. But Essel and Gargoyle are the only monsters this deck plays that tend to have actual defense points. So if it was anything other than Gargoyle and potentially Essel if he's on it, that would have just been lethal. The problem now is, if he summons out exactly the 3rd heavy metal, which, again, to be fair, oh, he put one back in his deck, so he actually has 2, then we do just die. If he doesn't have heavy metal, he's just the fact he's discarding invasion means he's either got another invasion in hand or he's got the heavy metal. Of course, it's the heavy metal. And that's the game, unfortunately. He'll gain the 25, got to 5,000, and then he attacks over this for 3,800 damage. I mean, we can't be too bummed with that. I think we will actually save that, because that's actually just a good demonstration of the Royal Rebels doing their thing. But we did... I don't want to say we got, like, necessarily unlucky, or that he particularly got lucky, but he needed heavy metal every turn to be able to do what he did to us there. So, like, if he didn't draw all the heavy metals, it would have gone a little better for us, but, you know, in card game, if opponent didn't do thing, yes, you know, things go better. Alright, let's catch up with chat. We've been falling behind. And to be honest, if you want to know my opinion, since Tachyon and Shira is on the ladder most of the time, what happened to the other decks that were on the ladder but not as broken as the other two? I also think it's what makes most rogue decks currently so unplayable when Tachyon and Shira are around. Note to Konami, if skill searches a floodgate, Shiro trap, Tachyon trap, it's not a fair skill. I don't know if I'd call them floodgates, but I would definitely call them, like, ridiculous. Like most rogue decks can't compete in this current meta without their missing support. And let's be honest, Konami's main issue with the game is creating broken skills that are taken for Reddit. I think the idea is they want to make decks that were either really, really bad playable, or they want to make anime decks that are generally considered really bad playable, right? I think that's kind of the logic there. Most people can deal with Shiro plays, but Tachyon just bodies anything without 2+ interruptions. I mean, yeah. Alright, let's get going with Essel. Let's see what we get. I think we always bring something back, right? Oh, yes we do. Hello there, my Thunder Cavalry Trigger Drago. Then, no matter how this goes, it doesn't... I guess it comes down to what I want to maintain. Alright, we'll summon this. Oh no, what I should have done. I should have done this first, probably, but... Okay. That doesn't really change anything. We're still going to summon out this guy. Activate his effect. So we don't have piercing on that, so... I think the play is to weaken and then don't do anything else. We don't need to change the battle position. So we'll go to battle. We'll swing over this. Hopefully this will be a low defense monster, which it is. Then we'll attack over this. And we'll get in for 28, putting our opponent very low, which is exactly where we want to be. Well, actually, yeah, you can deal with Shiras. Just the main issue I have with Shiras is their brain dead trap that takes no damage return. Yeah, I despise that trap card. I despise it. It's like a better version of Wabaku if you want to play any other back row, but not Samsara. Samsara is just a cancerous trap. I mean, I despise it, personally. I just want to know what skill she will bring to Tachyon in the second Mizar event. I mean, probably something bonkers, right? That's how it is with Royal Rebels. SO is such a good card. Yeah, Royal Rebels is a weird one, right? Royal Rebels are so very, very, very strong. But again, they have to kind of see the right boss monsters at the right time for them to really do what they want to do. So, I just want to know what... I just hope Sansara gets banned. Yeah... I think you don't necessarily need to ban it, but you need to, like, choice restrict the heck out of it. I think... Ultimately, I think banning it is probably for the best, but like it's so brand new that it just feels unlikely that it would. Well, I guess we can win the game, so that's good. Winning the game is good. Let's get rid of that. Normal summon. Normal summon. Set. Battle. Swing over. Swing in. And then we'll end him with our best Thunder card ever, Piercing Samurai. Hello, Sky. How's it going, Sky? Like, take the search from the skill. Only letting you search Shirodoi monsters, they could at least hit it to 1 alongside Spirit Master being limited 1 this ban list. But they gotta like choose between which. Yeah, I think that would be a good place for it to be personally. This wouldn't be a discussion if Tachyon didn't force everyone to stop playing MST and Cosmic. Yeah. Oh, Manicist. I didn't even realize Manicist is one of our friends. Now I feel bad for not... No, I saw the name and I was like, I recognize that name, but I don't know where from. It's from our friends list. I had 2 high levels. I mean, you summed up Rush, right? Let's be honest. A lot of the time, when someone that kind of knows what they're doing in Rush loses, it's because they've bricked, right? That's just unfortunate, and that's just how it goes. Like, I ironically think MSD and Cosmic are so useless right now, considering how many decks can do themselves. You mostly run negates. I mean, yeah. That's basically how the modern game kind of shaped up, right? I don't like this hand, like, at all. Like, what is the play with this? If I keep these two in hand, and then I just pray I draw 3 monsters. Summon, summon, tribute, summon, summon, tribute. But if I cheat one out, I just get hard punished by heavy metal. So it's like, damned if we do, damned if we don't. I don't like any of this. Alright. I think we cannot afford to leave all of this in hand. So the play is going to be... We're going to tribute set this. And the reason we're going for this one is because I think we're going to need a big tempo play next turn. Chalice Book, Droplet, and Hand Traps, but if they decide to give us another back row removal spell, they just give us Twin Twisters. I mean, yeah. I might take out Widespread. It's the only back row to play right now, and it always gets popped. Might replace with another Talisman. So I was playing some Spellcasters. I was playing some 7's Axel Road. And I did actually cut the Widespread for exactly that reason, right? It was the only back row I was playing. So my opponent would end up with like 3 set back row hate cards, and I would just never have any back row. So they were just basically bricking on Spell Trap Destruction. Yeah, and this is exactly the punish we were worried about. And of course he's got it. This ain't looking good. Alright, well, we're very happy then we did what we did, because otherwise we would just be dead right now. Tribute 1, Tribute 2. Activate the effect. Bring back Angler Coil. Set. Activate the skill. Now, I think we are going to change its battle position, just because getting the extra damage in is nice, but if we just randomly lose to his back row, that would suck so bad. Now the problem is, this is going to be a Ghost Cyclone, and he's going to flip it over now, and then we're going to be very sad. And then we're going to lose the game. Behold. Now the sadness sets in. And now our opponent's going to set a monster, summon a monster, use his skill, pop one of our guys, attack in for game. Ooh. Ooh, okay. Okay. 2 back row is still scary as all heck, though. He doesn't have any level 1s, so it's all on... Now that is awkward as heck hand, isn't it? Right, we've got Angler Coil Fish. Tribute 2. Go ahead and activate Destroyer. Go ahead and drop Tribute to the Doom, because, like, what else is this card doing right now? Pop this one. Right, we did hit a high defense one. Alright, we'll play around Recital by attacking with this one first. It doesn't matter what we attack with, right? Because if it connects, he's dead anyway. It was Recital, okay. Okay. So we couldn't do anything else. We did play around the Recital. There was no better play. So if he's got a heavy metal off the top, we're just dead. There's nothing we can do about it. If he needs heavy metal, or he needs Buyer plus Invasion. They're his wins. His win outlets. If he just has a heavy metal, that's just straight up game. Yeah, I hope next Speed main box will shake up the meta a lot more. Considering we're getting Sherry, I imagine we're getting Synchro 5D support. You faced more Royal Rebel this stream than my whole COG climb. I mean, yeah. Like, my COG climb, I think I ran into it once or twice. Maybe coping for more Altergeist support as well, considering... He's got to have a boss, right? So now... Oh, yeah, he's got the Buyer. So now he just summons Invasion, and that's game. He had heavy metal, so he had double game. That's a shame. Again, there's nothing else I could have done, right? There's only 2 traps in the game that actually help against this deck, and one of them requires you to be playing level 1 Fiends. The other one got popped by Ghost Cyclone, so we did everything we could have done. I think that it's becoming, again, a bit weird, because we really enjoyed the meta when traps got introduced and traps were useful. But now we're getting back to the stage where the trap cards we have don't do anything unless we already have monsters. Which means if our opponent is using the Royal Rebel skills, trap cards become irrelevant again. So the only good decks, or the only good traps to play against the Royal Rebels is going to be... Wait, is this you? Is this you, Zaki boys? Is Thunder deck good? Yes, the Thunder deck is good. Thunder deck is definitely good. Depression cured. I've dueled now like 70 times. I have 0 Atron. That's a shame. This hand is less than ideal. Let's go for this and pass. I'm hoping we get at least the link for Pukuri. So Rush is just Royal Rebel first. What are you talking about? It is me. Well, let's lose to Zach. Let's have Zach destroy us. This hand is... I mean, it does what we need it to. It doesn't do it how I'd like it to, especially with 3 back row. That's kind of scary. Realistically, our end board is going to be this plus like this. So none of this really matters. I mean, I guess it could matter. Right, well, normal summon. We're going to mill because we don't have many in gravy at the moment. Then... Actually, we should check what we milled real quick. Okay, there's nothing. So we will go ahead and tribute 1. Tribute 2. Summon out the boy. We'll flip up Blast Jaws. We'll go ahead and activate Blast Jaws effect. And we are going to put this back. Boosting himself doesn't actually do anything, because we can lower that by 5, so we have to put it over here. We'll summon. We'll activate the effect of Trigger Drago. Activate the skill. Weaken that. And then we will be changing it to defense, because that gives us a second chance to out it. And we'll swing in for 32. Get in for 12. And get in for 19. Number pass. You are not dueling me. He doesn't even name Zach. I mean, yeah, but it's got a Z in it. It's got an A. It's got Bozy in it, which is very close to boys. And you just this second joined the stream, so it would have been a really convenient time for you to snipe us. Yeah, but Rush is... Royal Rebels are... I think it's hard to argue they're not the strongest deck right now, but like they're definitely beatable, right? That's kind of where we're at. Does the trader EX ever reset? I need to trade for another Atron. Oh, that is not happening. But you can get one just from playing the event though, so you will get like 2, I think total. We can put 1 back row. We can attack over this. All those back row, like, really have me worried about this. If I change this to defense and weaken this, that's probably the best bet I have, which means I want to leave that on the field. So we'll summon out 2 of these. We'll drop the Thunder Blast. We're going to pop this. We're going to tribute both. We're going to normal summon Piercing Samurai. We're going to activate Samurai. We're going to give it self-piercing. We're going to activate our skill. We're going to weaken this. We're going to change this to defense. We're going to go to battle. We're going to attempt to clear it. Then if we attack with this... Alright, we're going to go with this. We'll attack with this. So, no matter how we do it, depending on what his back row is, he could have stopped us, but only if he had the widespread did it actually matter. So it didn't really matter either way. Choose my game mat. You want the Yggdrago game mat back. Also, why is my... What's happened to my music? Why have we lost the playlist? What's going on here? Go get it back. Right, we've already listened to this one. There we go. Alright. So Yggdrago playmat coming up. Deck editor. Welcome to the jungle. Deck settings. So I assume it's all just going to be the event one. I don't think we have another one yet. So we have this one. I don't think we have the other Yggdrago one yet. So we haven't unlocked it. We'll just double check. I'm pretty sure it's going to have to be the nail one. Yeah. So we'll have to have the nail Yggdrago one, which is here. That's right, we'll get it eventually. Have to summon Yggdrago 100 times for the mat. Yeah, we haven't been playing a ton of Yggdrago, to be honest. We'll get to it eventually. Maybe next stream will be the Yggdrago stream. Alright. Now, we've basically been playing against what? We played against Rebels, we played against a ton of Harpies. We played against a couple of Cybursts, and that's kind of it today. So it's just... Oh, we played against Thunder. We have played against the Thunder today. Nail, which means it's going to be a Cyburst deck, almost certainly. You actually don't have to summon him. He only has to be 100 times in your deck. They changed that. Ooh, okay. Wait, what? What? Zaki taking it back. I'm guessing we're going to use the skill, sack it off for probably Atrashoot Hydron. Two back rows kind of scary, not going to lie. Are we not tribute summoning? Oh yeah, we must be, right? Yeah, okay, Atrashoot Hydron. There he is. Right, normal summon monster, please. Okay, we can work with this, but this could have been so much better. How do we want to play this, actually? This is actually so awkward, because he's got two back row. We can only end on one monster. I mean, we have, like, one play here, right? If we had just one more monster, this would have been so good. But unfortunately, we drew Talismanic Seal Array. I bet we get punished now. We're going to get punished for... I mean, it's out of our control, right? We couldn't have... This is our only play. But I bet this doesn't connect. Oh, it does connect. So he's got Quantum Hole. He's not using Quantum Hole. I guess, yeah, there's no real reason to even get cards in your hand. I might play Aqua. Or however you call it, Mimi's deck. Yeah, Bubble or Aqua is basically what we call it. Depending on the skill build. What was spending all those months to farm, summon 100 times, map, all the ace monsters the entire game? I mean, you know, you got to have a lot of fun playing, right? Yeah? Bubble I guess. I'm waiting for the Rush Dream tickets to come so I can Dream Ticket. The only problem with Aqua is they have not gotten, like, much new support, and they don't... Like, they still can out maximums, but they require a little bit of help. So you're going to have to get some of the, like, you're going to have to get, like, Talismanic Seal Array, for example, just to be able to have a consistent way to out them. That will summon. We'll drop Thunder Blast. Pop the fresh one. That's why you pop the fresh one. Summon Angler Coil. Tribute 1. Tribute 2. Summon out the boy. Activate his effect. Bring back the Angler Coil. Summon the Angler Coil. Activate the skill. So we know what his back row is. We know it's Quantum Hole. So we do not have to worry at all. Unless we have lethal, which I guess we do, right? That would be 400 plus 3,000, yeah. I mean, we'll save that replay. Actually, is that even worth saving? Nah, that's not worth saving. I ironically like her deck for some reason, considering how simple it is and the amount of life points you gain. I have always been a big fan of Aquas. I think the main thing holding the deck back is Aquas never really get to like a pop-off state, but the skill they get, Disco Fever, really does help pick up the slack by just letting their 25... Again, what is going on with the playlists today? I guess we're just going to have to manually click through all of these. That's fine, whatever. But the skill lets your 25s reach that like 32, which is very, very important, right? Because now it gets a lot closer to being able to actually clear your opponent's stuff. I think what they really need is more boss monsters, because right now they still only have the one. We still only have Dean Keto, the Boogie Master. We really need like Prison Master, we need Cooking Master, we need the Go Rush ones are actually genuinely really good cards, so it'd be really nice to see those come out. Horrible Ace Monster, especially in TM, have some of the dumb shit summon condition ever. Yeah, I mean, let's be honest, some of the ways that we completed missions in the past have been a bit... They only changed that for Yugdrago as far as I know. I mean, I guess that makes sense. And it's not all. I have to Ritual Fusion, Synchro Xyz, link all those monsters 100 times. I see. I want Dream Ticket to Rush, yeah. But we have got... Speaking of that, actually, but while we remember, we have got a... Yeah, I get it. You're there. You're there now. We still do have our UR Dream pack, so I guess we'll just open that now. Oh, what are we going to get? We already have 3 copies of everything, so we don't need anything, but let's see if it's something cool. Oh, it's a multi-strike Dragon Dragus. Everyone remember this card? It used to be in the meta. Realistically, I'm interested to see how Dragius comes back into the game, right? Because it's still a good card, right? It's still fantastic. But is it just going to be the Dragon aggro deck with a few new tweaks is going to make it really, really good? Alright, let's see what we get here. Road Magic Explosion. Neat. How truly exciting. And most importantly, we now have our UR Dream Ticket. And this is actually very, very important because now we can actually take the most important card in all of Rush Duels, right? This unlocks Super King Rex. Super King Rex is undoubtedly one of the best cards in the game. And the reason is because I really like dinosaurs, right? Super King Rex is going to be half of a fusion going forwards. Its effect does come up quite a lot when you are playing the dinosaur builds. And if we do ever get our really good dinosaur traps or a really good dinosaur skill, you bet I'm going to be playing this card day 1. And I'm going to become a dinosaur one-trick. But we're taking the Super King Rex. That's a nice one at least. I got Rice Terrace secure. Yeah, Rice Terrace. I do not envy that. I currently only have 2 Slayer, so UR Dream is good. I mean, yeah. And we have some, like, UR Dreams, right? I think I've got something in here. Where are our Rush stuff? Oh, do I not? I thought I had some... There we go. We have the SR Choice Ticket, right? So we have access to this, which is nice. I mean, there's not a lot of choice in here. But, you know, it's something. I could get a couple of Harpy Ladies if I want. Who doesn't want Prismatic Harpies? Really, I think Prismatic should be the old art, but I understand why that's not the case. I thought we'll just auto-duel against Nail real quick as well, just get that gone. Before we jump back into ranked. I got Prismatic Ghost Cyclone from the UR Dream Pack. Is it good? So, Ghost Cyclone is good. It is unbelievably good if you're going second. But people have been playing it quite a lot in the Royal Rebel deck because a lot of people don't like Genie's Fire Breath, putting the card back in the hand, so they're using it in that deck, as well as the fact that if you're playing a bunch of different types, it can just be generically okay. I think, especially over in Japan, they've been using Ghost Cyclone a lot and seeing some pretty good results. I feel like us over here in the West have been not using it as much. Because, again, we'd rather have the guaranteed always online spell trap destruction rather than the potential high roll, not always turned on card, right? So it's a bit... It's not awful, right? It's playable, but depending on who you ask and what deck you're playing, you're probably going to want your type's dedicated one instead. But again, if you do high roll it, it's a lot like Essel, right? In that if you are able to get Essel's effect, there she is, it's unbelievably good, right? Just being able to get a free body onto the board can be really, really strong. Especially if you can get a big boss monster off its effect. Alright, let's get back into the ranked. But yeah, overall, in terms of like enjoyability, I actually think my favorite deck so far from the new box is the Thunder deck. Which is weird because I think it's arguably the most boring deck. But Royal Rebels feels very like exciting, bombastic, but also you could just lose because you just drew bad. And that happens like more often than not, and it's kind of sad. Whereas Magnum Overlord feels a bit like wonky. Then... Oh, looks like we're not going to connect. As well as Yggdrago, I feel like should have been this dominant force. But we've got so many outs to maximums that it's actually feeling like a little bit of a liability. I feel like you almost have to play Yggdrago in the same way that you would play Magnum Overlord, which is wait until your opponent's like at like 3,000 or less life points, then shotgun it, and then try and kill your opponent. Whereas the card was originally designed to be a monster you summon out as early as possible and sit on it. But since there are so many outs to it, if it gets outed and your opponent just gets to attack you directly a whole bunch, that feels awful. Hey, it's Zazie Bozy again. But again, it's all going to be... It's all subjective, right? That's just how I feel about it. But that's not necessarily the collective, right? It's not necessarily the community's opinion. So when are you going to duel with another streamer like last year? So me and Hylo were planning to do something after this box release, but I think we've both just been busy playing the new box at the moment. But we'll probably get something going at some point. Oh, hello. Go, Essel. Again, what did we mill? Oh, we got a boat. Yeah, we're taking boat. Come on out. Boat. Then... I guess we'll summon out Blast Jaws. Do we set this is the next question? Because, like, holding this is not bad. I think we'll just go straight to battle. He's going to be on Cyburst, right? Oh, he's on Thunder. Okay, that's fine. In which case we should have set this. That's an interesting inclusion. Oh, wait. Is he on... He's on Harpies. Okay. We're against Harpies. Okay, Hysteric Force. Boost up, attack over this, crash? Not sure I'd want to crash here, but yeah, that's fun. Right, we'll summon Duckbill. We'll activate Duckbill. We're going to put Duckbill back. We'll bring back Stormbolt. We'll normal summon. Tribute 1, Tribute 2. I'm going to go ahead and activate the effect. I'm going to bring back Blizzard. We're going to normal summon Angler Coil. We're going to activate our skill. We're going to weaken Faithbird. And we're going to change the battle position of Harpy Lady Sisters. Now, are we setting this? I think it would be greedy not to. So I think we are going to set it now. We'll go to battle. I guess we attack with this first. If he's got widespread, it doesn't matter. Like, we'd lose this either way, so... He'd need double Recital to keep this thing around. Okay, so chances are then he has... God, what's it even called? The pigeon one. Both of you just gonna run Rebel, Cyburst, and Harpy. I mean, maybe. Wait, Essel can get you a level 7? Yeah, Essel can summon back anything. So good. Yo, Tomato, my boy. Hey, Sean. How's it going? Sean, you've got to start streaming at better times for me specifically, okay? It's becoming annoying where, like, I keep waking up and I'll see, like, a ping being like, yeah, Sean was live. Or like, oh, yeah, Sean played Prog with Icy at, like, 2 a.m. my time. And I'm like, I can't stay up that late. Counter pigeons. Thank you. Do morning streams? Nice. I need to, I don't think I'm in your Discord yet as well. I need to join into that. I assume you have a Discord. I'm going to do Rush. Ooh, that's exciting. This hand's a little bit gank. Summon. Pop that. Discard that. It's probably the play. No, we have to summon this, right? So it's always summon this. It's always summon this. Always activate this. Always discard this. Always get rid of this. Always summon this. Always activate this. We'll put you back. Boost him. And we will activate the effect, the Talismanic Seal Array, because why not? We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. Great, now I need to get my 3 copy. I mean, yeah, it's still kind of high roll, right? Because the whole point of it is that you use it... Oh, we'll throw this out again. Is you use it... It's only really good going second, right? So, like, a lot of the time, it's just not going to do anything. And that'll be the game. Nice. But when it does work, it's really good. There'll be some times as well where you'll use this effect and then just not want to bring back a monster. Because you'll look at it and be like, well, I can bring back a monster, but then I don't empty my hand as much. So, like, sometimes you'll want to be in a situation where you'll be like, I just don't want to do this, just straight up. Alright. Let's see what our next opponent's going to be. If we can get anyone exciting. This is the other issue, is hitting KoG just means slightly longer queues, which is something I'm not a big fan of. We need more rewards for playing KoG. Come on, Konami. Alright, let's see what our nail opponent has. He's using a real skill. Set, summon, use the skill, put a card from your hand. Where's it going? Top or bottom? Top of the deck, which is probably a maximum piece. Tribute over for Attribute. Pretty standard. The only thing to worry about is his back row. Right, summon. Activate the effect of Piercing Samurai. Give it self-piercing. Tribute 1. Tribute 2. Summon out the boy. Activate the skill. Weaken. And change battle position. Activate the effect. Set this to back row. Go to battle. Attempt to swing with... I guess we'll go for the 28th. Alright. This kind of sucks because if he's got Recital, this gets, like, punished, but I want to guarantee that dies. Okay, we get a ton of damage anyway, that's fun. Down to 21. This is looking fantastic for us right now. But yeah, as for speed, it's a really weird situation, because I feel like when the Phoenix set came out, Phoenix of the Roaring Flame, that set was actually incredible, right? Like, Ra was a pretty cool deck, if not a bit cheesy. Sue ships were like a viable strategy. There were, what, like 5 or 6? We're not going to bother listing them all. Just really good decks. And it felt really, really cool to play. Now, obviously, there were still... There's always a meta, right? So there's always going to be decks that are stronger than others, etc., etc. But there's just so much cool stuff. Right, we'll summon. Summon. Tribute 1. Tribute 2. Should I just keep that in hand? I think I will keep 1 in hand. So I'll bring back Angler Coil. Summon out Piercing. Activate Piercing. Give it Self-Piercing. Use our skill. Is there a reason to not? No, we'll just do this. And then change this to defense. Go to battle. We'll swing here. We'll swing here. Because if it's Recital, this is fine. And otherwise, we just win anyway. Because if it's Barrier, we still just kill. Takes back the Shield and Sword. And then we just end. Bang. Alright. Well, the Thunder deck's doing quite well so far. On my devil trigger. We'll just go again. We'll just keep going. Really enjoying the Thunder deck. Kid Curious from Japan. Playing Yuga. Okay. So I think this is guaranteed to be a new deck we're playing against. It's a Yuga deck, so it's either going to be Spellcasters, or it's going to be Machines, or it's going to be Magnum Overlord. It's going to be something. Ooh, okay, this hand is a little crusty, though. Because again, we don't want to get, like, super bricked up on this. Yeah, I think we're going to go for this. Then we're going to set. We're going to end. The one thing you don't want is just to open 2 tribute monsters in your opening hand going first. Maximum Overload. Okay. So, pretty much expected. What are we cheating out, though? Is that an SRM? It is an SRM. Okay, turn 1 SRM is actually not too bad for us. The chances that you can out both of these is... that complicates things. Okay, now that's actually fine. It would have been nice to be able to keep these, or keep at least one of these, because they have got, like, okay defense. But this is still fun. We have to remember that we have to attack the Valkyria first. This is still awkward, though. Alright. So we have to normal summon this. We have to normal summon this. We're going to tribute both. In our graveyard currently, we have this we can bring back. We want to get at least 2 attacks in. Which means I guess we have to summon this. So tribute 1, tribute 2. Summon out the boat. We can activate boat. Bring back Lizard. Now the question is going to become, do we change one of these to defense? We probably do. I think we always weaken Valkyria. We always change SRM to defense mode. Now the question is, do we bother using TSA? If he has, like, anything, there's not really a ton we can do, right? If he's got widespread, this dies, we kill this, and then this didn't do anything. Right, let's see what he's got. That is the best thing we can hope for. So which means this is probably a combination of legend cards and things like TSA or back row hate. Hey, thank you for the follow, Andy. Welcome, welcome on in. Alright, yes, there's back row hate. We did expect this. He does get the draw, which does suck for us a little bit. I don't like playing Cyclone in this deck specifically, just because it is kind of high roll. But I guess the whole deck is kind of high roll, so why not go all in on the high roll? Now, has our boy hard drawn another SRM? No, he hasn't. Okay. Reincarnation. You've already used the skill, though. Why wouldn't you do that first and then cheat it out? Now you're just -1 guy. Because you could have just had this exact board but had an extra body. I mean, to each their own, I suppose. Take a little bit of damage here. Nothing we can't handle. Now we just have to hope we don't brick on big guys. That back to the top. Okay, we can get 2 big boys out, right, if we want. So we can get boat back. So summon, put card back, get back boat, summon, summon, tribute for boat. I think that's always the play, right? So we'll go duckbill, activate. We'll get rid of this. Bring back boat. Normal summon. Tribute 1, tribute 2. Activate the effect. Bring back lizard. So we always summon. So we can weaken one of these. We can weaken this by 7, which puts it underneath both of these. We can change that to defense as well, just to guarantee. I think that's probably the best bet we've got. So I'm going to weaken this. We're going to change this to defense. This should let us clear all of it. Then we're just going to go straight to battle. We will swing with this. As this plays around recital. We'll swing. And we'll get in for 15. And then we'll pass. I think the only thing we have to be really scared of right now is that he just hard rips a maximum. Now, the chances of him having 2 pieces is not bad. The chance of him having 3 should be pretty low, because the card he stacked was green. I know he put blue back to the top. Okay, which means, he's got 2 green left in deck still. Right, cheats out a monster in defense. Okay, so the middle piece of Overlord comes down. This is just a good way to clear. 2 more back row. Still hasn't seen the widespread yet, so that's kind of scary. That goes back to top again. Draw for turn. Okay, we have stuff. How do we want to do this, though? We summon that. We can't do that. So we could summon Tribute 2 for that. Replace that. Tribute 2 for that. That again puts us in a similar situation. We can also use this. Pop this one. That's not ideal. Right, normal summon. We'll tribute 1, tribute 2. Gonna go ahead and activate the effect. Bring this out. We'll activate our skill. Weaken this thing by 1,000 attack. Then we're gonna drop tribute to the doomed. We'll discard. Pop the defense monster. Go to battle, swing with this. Of course, he drew the widespread and we lost the 50-50 on it. Oh, that's sad. Okay. Now, the only thing we lose to, really, is hard ripping the maximum. But you just know that that's what's going to happen, right? Oh, no maximum. Okay. Almost certainly an SRM, though. Can't believe he not only drew the widespread, but we even had the destruction and just lost the 50-50 on it. That just feels so bad. Alright, what else have you got? 12 is fine. Tribute. Oh no. Is this lethal? How big does this guy go? Is this 41? Yeah, that's just game, right? Yeah, that's just... That's a shame. Nothing we could have done there, though, unfortunately. I never push for game when an opponent has too many back row. The problem is, if you go by that mindset, you will just lose so many games just to not doing anything, right? Like, you can't respect the back row so much that you don't win, because then you're letting your opponent draw the outs. And especially against a deck like a maximum deck, letting them get a few extra turns to just accumulate all the pieces that they need is just losing the game, right? And no matter what you do, you could have 3 back row removal, pop all 3. But then if you can't exactly close out the game, they could just next turn set another 3. And it's like, oh, what do you do? Well, apparently we brick is what we do here. Right, we're going to pass. And the reason we're going to pass is we already have 1 tribute summonable or 1 normal summonable monster. If we set this and then drew like 1 again and then a spell or a thingy, then we get boned anyway. So we might as well do it like this. Just hope they brick. Unfortunately, I don't feel like that's going to be the case. Now, he might give up a card from his hand and pop our back row, which is probably the best thing we can hope for, because that means he has less resources to kill us this turn. What is he playing? He's playing a Nail Skill. Oh, he's playing Hammer Crush Deal, right? Alright, okay. Yeah, we know what he's playing. Okay, so he's just playing aggro. Well, we're alive. We're not particularly healthy. Right, we need a normal summon off the top just to have a chance. Okay, there is now a chance. It's not a good chance. I'm pretty sure we're just dead here, boys. To defense with you. But, yeah, unfortunately, this happens. There's not much we can do about this. We haven't made any mistakes. We haven't done anything wrong. We just lose because of luck. Nothing we can do about that. There is a slim chance that they can't do anything here, but, like, it would be astronomically slim. Wait, are we still in this? Are we somehow still in this game? Okay. Let's not get our hopes up, though, because we still can't do anything. The thing is, we can't even just, like, throw this guy out, right? Because we will just die. We have to use this just to get some cards out of our hand. He is on GOAT as well. Yeah, I guess we just clear this. And then pass. Saving Graces only gets 1 draw for the turn. Right, I desperately need something. There we go. We can kind of play the game. I would like to get some more piercing damage in, but it's too risky. 2400 damage is not enough to warrant doing a big push. Based on the fact he has Mage in deck, means he probably is playing 7's Red Magician. If he is, he's already got Light Dark Wind, which means it's going up to 3000. Which means if I summon anything that's too low in attack, I could just randomly die. Keeping on one draw each turn is the play. But then, like, how do I end the game is the issue. He's never going to have an empty hand, so I'm never going to get the piercing in. At some point, he's going to have to get aggressive. And when he does, we will lose. Using the skill doesn't actually help us at all. I guess we'll just go battle. We'll swing over one. Then we'll just pass. I feel like we're just boned here. We've lost too many life points too quickly. I guess we need to find, like, widespread. So we'll just swing over one of these. I really don't like this. I really don't like this. Still only got the same number of attributes in the graveyard, at the very least. Right, we'll set this because if he's got back row hate, we don't want him to use it on cards we actually want to keep. Looks like Thunder gimmick is that they gain additional effect based on your opponent's card in hand. Yes. I thought you had Pierce every turn with the effect. No, 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 we do not. Alright, at this point, with 2 back row, I think we're going to get a bit bolder. We're going to start trying to clear. The reason we're going to do that is he might not want to get aggressive on us. The only thing is we don't actually know if he's on SRM. We're just assuming he is because he's got Mage. He could just be a bad player and just playing Mage because it's new. I guess it's not a bad, just individual card. Right, yeah, so this is going to be lethal. He's going to weaken one of our guys down by 400. Wait, how is he going to kill us, though? It would literally have to be 7's Rogue Magician, right? Now, what other tool do you have? Even SRM doesn't kill us, because he still hasn't got enough attributes in the graveyard. Tributes 2 for Dragius, probably. Oh, Prima. Okay. Okay, so this guy's just playing just like... Really? This still doesn't even kill us. What? Okay. Oh, there's Essel. Just doing Essel things. Unfortunately, he has no back row for us to actually pop. Alright, well, normal. Activate the effect. Get rid of this. Put this back in our hand. Well, normal. Well, how much could we get here? We could get 12 there. We could get 9. And then... that'd be what? 18 minus 11, 17. That's 29. Which means... if I do this... Tribute 2. Summon this out. Normal summon this. Activate the effect. Now, this doesn't actually do what I want it to do. I actually think I'm kind of throwing the game right now. I needed to not summon that this early. Ah, I think I had it and I've just thrown it. Ah. That stings, bro. I'm sure I just had this and I've just thrown it. By summoning this guy out first, I think I just threw the game. Because it would have been change this to defense, attack over it for 12, have this and this out, which would have been... This would have been 24. 24 over that is 9. So that's 21. Then I would have had 28 into a... So I can reduce this by 400 into an 11, which would have been 18. 21 plus 18 is death. So yeah, we've thrown. Ah, that's so sad. That's so sad. With that in mind, should I change anything up? I can't get any extra piercing in. We attack over this for 12. No, I think we have to go for like the safer play, but we have already lost this game. But we had lethal. We had lethal. We threw. It happens, unfortunately. We're going to bring this back anyway, because we're dead anyway. Oh, we didn't even use the skill because I'm just tilted. Damn. I guess getting this off the board actually is better, because now we don't just randomly die to, like, normal summon Dragius. I mean, that would have been an extra 700 damage, so that wouldn't have changed anything. Okay, Pikachu's fine. Again, it's whatever he's playing that isn't Dragius is the win con here. They're the maximum monsters. What do you make of maximum summoning? Maximum summoning is really cool, but it's a lot of the time gonna leave a very big vulnerability on your board, and I think that's where things get a bit funky. Has he got a normal summon? He hasn't got a normal summon. How are we still in this game? I just checked all the maximum monsters that hasn't been in the game yet, and some of them are really weak, so might get them early. Yeah, that's kind of what I was feeling as well. How are we still in this game? Like, legit, how are we still in this game? We stumbled, we fumbled, we opened with a brick. We literally had to pass our first turn with nothing on the board. There was nothing at all. We did not we had the lethal line and we missed it. We did not deserve that win. I don't think I can bring myself to record that or to save that replay. I'm just not doing it. I'm not doing it. Apparently, there's only one maximum wind monster and it's Harpy. Yeah, I mean, there aren't that many maximums in general, right? So, there's like 4 water, 4 fire. I mean, a lot of those are also like archetypical, so it's okay to do it all the time. We live and learn, GG's. Hey, Acceleration Gate. Welcome on in. Or in my case, live and keep making the same dumb mistakes. We've all been there. We've all been there. Record it. Share it. I mean, sure. We'll save it. I'll tell you what, I'll dump that in my Discord real quick. I'm just going to dump that in there. And then we'll jump into another game. That just show how weak aggro compared to new deck. I think a lot of that, though, was just them getting unlucky, right? Because at the end there, he just needed any normal summon alongside that Dragius and we were dead, right? In that turn 1, he was able to still build a board which got us extremely low. Like, we were down to like 1,200 life points immediately. Right, so this is almost certainly Rebels, and unfortunately we're going second, which is really not what we want to do against Rebels. Oh, what? What is my man cooking? We're on a normal skill. Rand Harrier gifting a tier 1 subscription to Acceleration Gate. Thank you so much, Rand. We always do appreciate all the love that you show the channel. And Acceleration Gate, I hope you enjoy the terrible, terrible emotes that I've made. Oh, man. Rand, you are too generous, my friend. You are too kind.
Grand Harrier gifted a tier 1 subscription to Acceleration_Gate.
How do I even beat this board? I mean, I think I still attack over this, right? We'll keep a card in hand, because we have to. We're going to take some damage either way. Let's see what he's got for us. I think Grand should do more emotes like yours. Just my stupid face. I don't think we'll ever be able to beat Pixelated Grand's face. Oh, Dragon Merchant is a weird card to bring here. It's going to boost itself up to 15. Can use that effect, which does not give piercing. Gets in for the damage he can. Clears 2 of my little guys. Well, this guy is cooking. I am curious to see where he goes with this. Ugh, that's not really what we want to draw, but I suppose we can still do stuff with it. We'll go ahead and summon, summon, summon. Go ahead and tribute out Blitzkrieg. I don't really see a point in doing much more of this. We can't get piercing anyway. We're going to be attacking over this, so we might as well weaken it down. Go ahead and use the skill. No reason not to. Set. We'll go to battle. We will attack over this, and then... I mean, yeah, I guess we'll just kill the Dragon Merchant in case it does something funky. Like, we still don't really know what our opponent's deck does. Right, let's see what he's got for us. We like that he's setting cards, but is he about to tribute them off is the question. Okay, and here comes another Trigger Drago. Okay. Trigger Drago is generic, right? It doesn't actually do anything with Thunder-type monsters, so it is fine. But also I'm kind of like, I think I'd rather just use the Ancient Arise Dragon, just because I think the extra 200 attack is going to be better than sometimes piercing. But I can see it. I suppose, especially if you guarantee you're in a meta where nobody's bothering to play attack reduction back row, it does work out to be better to have the piercing. One card in hand means we can't get piercing with him, but we can get piercing with that. So we will summon. We got plenty of cards in the grave. We don't need to worry about sticking more in there. We'll summon, summon. We'll go ahead and tribute both. We'll activate Trigger Drago. Now that's a bit of a shame, but that's fine. We'll use the effect. And we will change the battle position of this. We will normal. We will normal. We will activate the effect. What's this? 12, 22. And then that's 32. If I can get this down by an extra 14, that should be lethal. So let's just go ahead and lock that in, shall we? Go to battle. Swing over that. Swing over that. And then go, Essel. Destroy my opponent, my little fairy. Nice. Nice. Alright, we just go again. We just keep going. We just keep going clean. I mean, it wasn't dirty, I'll give you that. Oh, the Widespread Ruin bundle image. My man, that's what he's got for us. He's got the map. Here, I think we probably predict that they're going to be on Magnum Overlord. Either way, we don't really have a better turn one than this. We just need to hope we don't draw into another boss monster. Maximum Overload. Okay, yep. This is as predicted. Sets that. Flips up Ansler. Why, bro? I'm still really not a fan of the 2K beta version of this deck. Because that card in his hand is probably another 2K beta. Ugh. Jesus. That's horrifying. Alright, we'll flip this up. We will mill some cards here. We will then... Yes, we always tribute. We don't need him, but we will keep him anyway. So we'll go ahead and tribute both. The summon. We'll activate the effect. We'll bring back Angler Coil. Then we're going to summon out Piercing Samurai. We'll go ahead and mill another card. Then we're just going to go ahead and tribute 2 again, because we just need to get as many cards out of our hand as possible. Use his effect to bring back Angler Coil. Because who doesn't love Boat? I mean, there is a lethal line. I guess we'll go for it, right? If we have the line. Nah, he's got the widespread, unfortunately. It's always worth trying, right? If we have the line, we should always go for it. And we still do have the out to the max as long as we draw a shark. And we haven't got any sharks in grave, so we have a decent chance of drawing into one. Maximum Overload. This card's green. Waits for a response. Lowers that down to 16. Flips over. Does have the SRM this time. Uses the SRM effect. Go for defense and more back row. Okay. All things considered, not looking too bad for us right now. There's the boy. So we could summon, swap a card in hand for Boat. Tribute both for Boat. Boat, get out Guy. Summon, tribute both for Drago, summon. So that's going to be the line. We'll go Duckbill. Activate. Get rid of you. Put Boat back in hand. Tribute. Tribute. And we'll summon out Blast Jaws. Activate Blast Jaws. We will put Duckbill back. Then we will boost up Boat. Then we'll summon out Blast Jaws. Blast Jaws effect. We'll put Duckbill back. Power up Boat. Then we'll tribute both Blast Jaws. Activate Boat. Bring back Angler Coil. Activate Trigger Drago. Use our skill. Weaken this. Don't need to do that. Straight to battle. We will punch with this. And that should be the win. Okay, we'll save that one. I'm glad maximums can't be destroyed by traps. It would be so dumb if they could be widespread ruined. Konami finally got some card design right. I think, so in my mind, it brings me back to the Egyptian god cards, right? All the way back to the Egyptian gods. And what I mean by that is, the Egyptian god cards, when they actually came out in the TCG, or like, even when you kind of look at them, in the show, they had all these like special stipulations, like, oh, spell cards only work on them for 1 turn, they are immune to traps, and then when they came out in the TCG, they were just pretty much garbage. Like, I think, like, until they got like legacy support, nobody played them at all. Obelisk saw a little bit of play on release, and I think in response to that, it was like, oh, our big boss monsters that we bring out for this new format, they've got to have protections built in. They can't just be easily outed. The issue we have, though, is because we brought out so many anti-maximum tools, they don't feel unoutable. Like, in Duel Links right now, a lot of the time, if your opponent slaps down a max, you're like, ooh, Tribute to the Doomed can just get rid of that, and then I win the game. Or, oh, yeah, I'll just use my Royal Rebel Heavy Metal and just pop it and win the game. It's like, it's weird how it's, like, worked out like that. Obelisk couldn't be targeted, but that's as far as immunity went. Yeah, exactly. Obelisk was, like, the best of the 3, but... Right, we'll summon... Are we keeping a card in hand? Summon, summon, tribute both, summon, use that. Yeah, we are keeping a card in hand, in which case we'll use Blast Jaws. Tribute 1. Tribute 2. Summon out the boy. Activate the boy. Bring back Angler Coil. Summon out Piercing Samurai. Activate Piercing Samurai. Give itself Piercing. Go to battle. Swing. Get in for that 12. Now, the only thing we can do against this deck is just go absolutely balls to the walls aggressive. There is nothing else we can really do. We can't play conservative. There's no point in trying to like not put something on the board. We have to just keep putting on the pressure as much as we possibly can, and then hope that we can just out aggro and do more damage. The fact we got the first 12 is very relevant though. Now this is scary because this means he could get a bonus 12 on us, depending on what else he has. Now, Obelisk was the only decent one since it was a big guy with target protection, and that was a big deal back then. I mean, yeah. They could and should have been better considering their normal summon requirement. Exactly. If you have to commit so much into a card, you need it to have these protections. The problem is when you get something like a Towers, right? Because Towers are annoying, I guess, to play against. Okay, we're heavy metaling now. This is a bit weird. So we didn't want to discard a card. So the rest of our hand must be able to out everything that I've got. That's interesting. Okay. So you're leaving me with a dude. And doing like an okay amount of damage, but that could have been so much worse for us. That, though, is actually catastrophic. Okay. We can still get an extra body. If I summon this, use it, get that back. So summon, exchange that for boat. Summon, tribute both for boat. Boat effect gets back another body. I think it's the best I've got. We just need bodies, right? That's our primary concern. So we will go Duckbill. Duckbill effect. Grab out boat. We're going to summon out Vorse. So I want to keep this. Tribute 1, Tribute 2. Activate the effect. Bring back Angler Coilfish. We can activate Piercing Samurai. Activate your skill. Weaken you and change your battle position. If I tribute these two and go for this, that's there's really realistically no lethal line. I think we just go for battle here. We'll attack over it with this. He's probably got a widespread. That's fine. And we kill that. Then we pass. If we had like one more normal, we could have done like such a better play, but we're just lacking normal summons there. Sensor Duckbill. Weird card name, weird card art. Yeah, definitely. The best thing about Rush, in my opinion, is it went back to the old school with the card art, but with a modern style. Yeah, I also really like the new like card frames. I just think this looks so clean. I mean, obviously it's going to be subjective, right? But I personally really like it. One card in hand means we don't get any piercing, which is a little bit sad, but... we can't get a lethal line. There's no way this hand does it, fortunately. We've got 4 bodies, which means we don't actually summon both. We only summon one. So if we're only summoning one, we might as well use Blast Jaws now. We want Duckbill back in the deck. Boost this. Summon. We'll go ahead and tribute 2. Use the effect of Trigger Drago. Milling another Trigger Drago is fine, I think. Alright, go to battle. Let's see what he's got. Swing. Swing. Get him for 28. Okay, so what do we die to? If he goes... Heavy Metal, he goes up to 5,000 attack. He attacks into us for 3,500 damage, so we don't even die to that. So we die to Buyer Invasion. That is what we lose to. Curious you're on Shout. I respect it. The really creative random monsters, not the excessive emphasis on lolly waifu and dragons. I mean, there is going to be a little bit more lolly, and there's definitely an excessive amount of dragons, I'll tell you that much. Alright, well that's only 35. Then I think we just win. Like, Buyer doesn't kill us now. Unless I've missed something. Oh, you could, arguably, he could have got an extra 800 damage in. But that would have been it. If he had, PSA. Right, I guess we'll normal. Activate the effect. Put back Duckbill. Boost this. Normal. Tribute. Tribute. Summon out the boy. Activate his effect. Activate the skill. Weaken that. And change its battle position, because I do not want anything to go wrong here. If he has double Recital, he lives. Double Recital is the only thing that lets him live. Nice. That's a big dude. It is. But it was not enough to stop us, thankfully. At least not this time. I'd like a bit more deck diversity in our replays. I think we've basically only played against the same handful of decks all day. I suppose it's going to happen, right? That's called a meta. We did play against that one Psychic player, but it really wasn't much of a duel. Alright, let's see what our next opponent's going to be. Hopefully something cool. I don't actually think we've been... The only maximum summon against us today, I think, was in our very first game. And it was the Harpy player. Of all the different maximums it could have been, it was Harpy ladies that got summoned against us. Rower into rower. Let's see what we got. You kind of remind me of Ruxin. I'm going to choose to take that as a compliment. Alright, let's see what we got here. This hand is... I mean, it's not bad. Since we're against Royal Rebels, we are going to keep Samurai. We're going to have to get extra damage in wherever we can. Chances are, we're going to get Invasion to just pop all of our monsters, and we're going to be like, ugh. Oh, it's Essel. That's a little bit sad that he's immediately got access. Growl is funny. Doesn't do anything here. I don't even think you should be playing Growl, to be honest. You have a similar look and mannerism, and yes, I like him. Yeah, Ruxin is pretty cool. I used to really enjoy watching a lot of Ruxin. I was a big auction series fan, as well as, you know, some of his like pack opening stuff's pretty cool. I haven't watched him as much since obviously auction series kind of died down. I guess we take those. Tier 0, by the way. I like the pack openings. Yeah, I remember he did a video that I got really into, which was like opening one of every single pack. And I just remember feeling really sad at the end of it because they were clearly like individual packs that were weighed. So like he didn't pull like much of anything. It was just like, oh, a bit sad. Tier 0, but brick as F. I think the thing is as well was that build he was playing. Like I don't like Growl in the new version of the deck. I don't see a need for it. Like the skill plus heavy metal like deals with everything you could need to. So that's the risk you run buying single packs. I mean, yeah, always 100%. But it is cheaper. It's Pictotron. Alright, here we go. The turn 1 max. Now we have to out this. Oh, boss monster online. 2 back row. Now, if those back row are nothing, we're fine. If those back row are anything, I am very scared. Right, summon. Summon. Tribute 1. Tribute 2. Summon out the boy. Normal. Normal. Activate the effect. Put this back. Boost. Use the effect. Boost. Activate the skill. Weaken. Go to battle. Swing. No, he's got it! Oh no, he doesn't! He doesn't have it! Oh! Fuck your maximum! Easy peasy! Maximum who? That's all it takes. That's all it takes. 4K, Tribute to the Doomed, definitely worth playing now. Shield and Sword doesn't work on Maximum, does it? No, it does not. Maximums do not have a defense value. But, saying that, it's still worth playing Shield and Sword because Maximum Monsters not in Maximum mode still have 0 defense, which means it's really good into Harpies, specifically. As well as Royal Rebels all have 0 defense. And Cybursts tend to have 100 or 0 defense. So it's still good to play Shield and Sword. You will still be able to steal games with it quite a lot. Now this is actually the scary monster. Atrashoot Hydron. Oh, we drew a monster. Okay, we're good to go then. So, how do we want to navigate? We probably don't need to just sit on this forever. I could also get that back to my hand. Ooh. So we could summon, use the effect, exchange that for that. That gives me 3 monsters, 2 of those in hand. Tribute 2. Yeah, I think that's always the play, right? So we'll go Duckbill. Duckbill effect. Let's get rid of this. Bring this back to hand. Then we'll go ahead and Tribute 1. Tribute 2. We're then going to go ahead and use Blast Jaws and put Duckbill back. We'll do this. Then we'll normal. Followed by tributing 1, 2. Summon out the big boy. Activate his effect. Then do we want to keep this in hand? That being milled complicates things a little bit. We still have a lot of boss monsters in the deck, so I think we will use this. Thank you for the follow, Cat Lord. Summon out. Use our skill. We will weaken and we will change its battle position just because we want to guarantee it dies, right? This is the best way to guarantee it's going to die. We'll go to battle. We will attack with Piercing over the 0 defense monster. He's going to flip over his Widespread. Predicted. Then we'll swing over this. We just really need to guarantee this thing goes away. And then we'll just kill this. Now, it's a shame we couldn't get that extra damage in because it would have been, like, insane, right? Would have just been lethal. But can't do anything about widespread. Ruin or one of the -500 traps. I'm not sure what his back row is. Like, we knew he had a battle trap last turn. He chose not to use it because there was a delay. But, like, barrier, maybe? Okay, so we have 2 Duckbill and 4 boss monsters in deck. So we should be able to see one. Or we're going to get unlucky. That's a bit of a shame. I'll change this to defense. I don't think we need to worry about using this. I think I'm quite happy to just sit on it. And then we'll pass the turn. Hi everyone. Hopefully watching will give me some luck for KoG because I can't get above 2 wins in a row. I mean, yeah, that's going to happen, unfortunately. He summons a lot of big boys. I mean, again, we should be able to win this as long as we just don't brick, right? If we just are not drawing... Because, again, he's going to struggle to get to our life points outside of having, like, Pierce or Stop Defense. And he shouldn't need to use those cards because, again, he is playing the maximum. So that should be his way to get to us. Now, he's only got 7 cards left in deck. So the question now is going to be... How many maximum pieces has he got left? So 2 mid are in grave. 1, 2, 3 of those are in grave. 1, 2... So he's got 2 maximum pieces left in deck. And we know... Well, he's going to draw 5, and then he's going to have another 2 turns. So we can't just, like, stall him out. That's not going to happen. This is kind of tricky. Because I could go summon, summon, tribute, use Tribute to the Doom to get rid of the other one. That's a valid strategy. I think... No matter how I do this... Because if he has an attack reduction one... Because I have exact lethal, but it comes down to if he has a barrier. If he has barrier, it's not lethal. Chances are he has got barrier, because there was an attack, there was a delay on the attack. So we're going to set. We're going to set. We're going to do this. Activate the effect. We'll use the skill. Change this to defense. I'm going to go ahead and use Tribute to the Doomed. Not that one, please. We're going to swing over this. So he must have barrier, right? He must have barrier. In which case, that was the correct play. If he doesn't have barrier, then we just, like, had lethal and didn't take it. But, like, what else would have a delay there? He's got 1 card left in deck. He's used all 3 Atlas Attribute. He doesn't have the ability to do a maximum summon. Like, what else can his deck actually do? We haven't seen any other boss monsters. You can't resolve pick the trunk of cards in deck. I know, so much is prismatic. Hello there, Mr. Tomato and chat. Hello, Sakadetsu. Welcome, welcome on in. You've caught us just defeating a Cyburst player using logic. And I guess hoping they didn't have really off-meta cards in the deck. I don't even know if that's worth, like, save. But we played it well. Right, we'll save that one. The only problem is, I feel like if I do use some of these replays, they're going to be, like, mostly against, like, the same decks, just again and again. You want to look at the deck list? Yeah, you can have a look at the deck list when we get in the game. Welcome, welcome, Oni-sama. Or Weenie-sama? Pretty sure it's Oni. I spent all of my gems to get one card because it was on the bottom of the box. I mean, that is me every time. I actually, for the first time, opened a box without having to go all the way to the bottom of it in Rush with this set. I had 10 packs left. It was insane. Alright, well these unfortunately aren't going to be doing much for me, so we're just going to go ahead and set them all down. Then we'll pass, and then we will go and take a look at our deck. So this is the deck we're playing. Lightning Trigger Skill, 3 copies of the Trigger Drago, 3 copies of the Boat, 3 copies of Essel, really fantastic second, 3 copies of Samurai, does come up quite a lot where you just want the extra little bit of piercing. Actually comes up more often than you might think. I first saw this card and thought it would be really weird in this deck, but it's actually really, really good. Duckbill, obviously fantastic. Blast Jaw is really important for ranking maximums. We got the Vorse Raider because it works in the deck. All of the normals are very important for Boat, and then we got the Slim Spell Trap lineup. We've just seen all of our Essels. That's very funny. Okay. He has no cards in hand. Well, I mean, we don't really have many choices here. It's just kind of do this. Go. Oh, that's a barrier. Oh, it's Recital. Okay. 2 back row still, so they could be anything. Those could be Shield and Sword and try and cheese a win off us. Remind me why I'm not save gems anymore. I mean, yeah. Thank you, nice deck. Yeah, the Thunder deck is definitely a strong contender at the moment, for sure. Is there a reason to mill more cards? It would literally be to fulfill different conditions, and we don't need any. Like, unless we draw into, like, Duckbill. I think we're fine to just get aggro here, right? We'll just swing. 1, 2, 3. Pass turn. He's also playing so many high defense monsters. Like 14, 14, 14, 1000, which means even if we had the Piercing Samurai down, it wouldn't be doing a lot specifically here. But you're running a deck that plays a lot of tribute monsters, so you're going to have to do something at some point. That is a little bit stinky, because now we need to just, with our 1 draw a turn, draw into another boss monster. Which is not ideal. Tributes that instead of the set. So could have had a 15 and a 2025. So obviously didn't want to crash. So I can respect. I can reduce this by 500. No, by 1,000. So that is going to be worth doing. Right, we'll summon this. We'll also summon out Blast Jaws. I'm going to go ahead and use Blast Jaws effect. I'll put you back in. I guess we'll boost this. Thank you for the follow. It's Banus. I'm going to assume that's Banus. And thank you for the follow, Paco. And we've reached our goal. Vorse Raider is the best Thunder monster. Thunder Gaming, exactly. Oh! I forgot to use my spell. I just said it. That's fine. That's fine. We didn't need it. Everything's fine. I got like so minorly distracted and just completely gone. It's fine. I'm sure we're not going to get punished, right? We're not just going to lose the game straight away from that. I'm sure we'll be fine. And ironically, we're not getting punished. Okay. I mean, like, we did get punished, but, like, it could have been so much worse. Okay. Where do we want to go from here, then? We shuffled back our guy, which means we can't use Duckbill to get him back. We can just summon, tribute out for that. That's not too bad. We can get out another 15, which is also fine. I don't think Samurai is worth summoning here because of... I guess we'll go for Shark. I don't see a point in leaving Shark on the board outside of it would be nice to be able to reuse it. So we will We don't have any Thunders in grave right now. Oh, that's sad. In which case, we will simply summon these. Right, we're going to get rid of this. How have we got so few Thunders? That's what I want to know. Oh, we can't do this because our opponent doesn't have enough cards in the hand. Right. That's just me being an actual dumbass. We're just not paying any attention right now. We are just completely throwing. Right, we'll activate the skill. We'll weaken this. We'll swiddle this sideways. We'll normal summon this. Might as well use this, because why not? Now, playing through all of his back row is going to be an actual nightmare. So what we're going to do is we're just going to use this. Again, this is a really bad play. Like, we have made so many mistakes over the course of, like, this turn, but we're just going for it anyway. Ah, the old anti-jinx. Alright, we'll go to battle. We'll swing with this. We'll swing into this. And we'll see if we can get some good damage into this. Oh, does use the recital. Okay. Okay. So what have we kept? Is it going to be Pigeon? We're going to use it to bring back a card? The old Trip Pigeon? Is it just going to be a Harpy Lady? Do we just have a lack of monsters and thus we're trying to protect whatever we can? Or we just wanted to use a back row to make room to play a new back row? It could be any of the following. Tribute. Gets out the Harpy Lady Sisters. Uses the Hysteric Force. Gonna boost it. Use its own effect, I'm guessing. It chooses not to shuffle cards back in. I suppose hasn't actually seen many of the maximum pieces yet, so probably just aiming to get the maximum out. Right, we'll go ahead and use Duckbill. Probably don't need you. You come back. If I weaken that by 4... Although we're going to change that to defense attack over it with that anyway, so maybe it doesn't matter. Right, we'll summon out Samurai. We're going to go ahead and activate this Samurai effect. Give itself the piercing. We'll then Tribute 1, Tribute 2. Summon out Boat. Boat effect. Bring back Angler Coil. Activate the skill. We weaken this. We change the battle position of this. We activate Tribute to the Doomed. We're going to go ahead and pop this. Then we're going to go battle, swing. Phantom Bind, okay. Get him for that, and then get him for lethal. Nice. Nice. Right, we really brain farted through a lot of that, but we managed to get there in the end, and really, isn't that what counts? A win is a win is a win. And we'll just fire on it again. Ugh. Winners are exactly, Saka, exactly. Never punish, let's go. We did not deserve to win that game. We made many a mistake, but we take it, we take it. Power win streak 7. Okay, we'll take that. We'll take our 7 streak. Playing against almost certainly the best deck in the room. This is not a very good going first hand, or this is a very good going second hand. entirely because we have the Essel, but ideally we want to get very aggressive, and this hand does not look like it's going to be able to do that. Okay, that potentially makes it a little bit more aggressive. We'll go Essel, Essel effect. Depends what's in there. Piercing or... Oh, okay, that is unbelievably good. Now it's going to come down to what has he got. We don't need the Vorse Raider here. So I'll go ahead and set some cards. Activate Trigger Drago. Go to battle. Trigger Drago attack. Ah. Oh. Okay, it does clear. And does clear. Okay. So then we just pass the turn. In before, they have Ghost Cyclone set. I mean, they probably do. They might even have 2 Ghost Cyclone, but, like, we can't do anything about it. Oh, we're not just going to keep these cards in our hand. I mean, it happens, right? So now the question's going to be... Okay, so we're probably not going to keep the Shadow Buyer around for the extra damage. Discarding the Heavy Metal. Okay, so no, we are going to keep it around. Oh, this guy knows what he's doing. This is... But that only is relevant if we're summoning Heavy Metal. Okay, so we are summoning Heavy Metal. We're going to get the 25. We're then going to beat over this and get in. Ah, this is... I mean, there's not a lot we could do here, unfortunately. Like, my man opened the double Ghost Cyclone and had the Heavy Metals in hand. Like, the problem now is that because he's got these back row, he's almost certainly going to be able to just stop anything we try and do. Right, we'll summon. We'll drop a Thunder Blast and try to get a widespread. Just... we did. We managed it. The only way we can get rid of his big boy is by doing this. Then we'll summon, and then we just die to anything because we're on 23, which is a very specifically good number for him. I mean, he basically got the strongest open his deck possibly could get. So, like, I don't know what we're supposed to do into that. Because we didn't open badly. We opened actually quite good to deal with him. He just had every single out. So, if he gains the 19 onto a Heavy Metal, he goes up to, what, 44? And then 44 over us kills. So if he has any high-level Royal Rebel, we are just dead. Wait a minute. He had lethal, right? I'm confused. Does the skill not work on normal monsters? Surely he just had lethal. Well, I mean, I guess we're just gonna go for it. Welcome back, and we'll summon. Summon out another one. Bring it back again. Use the skill. Go to battle, swing. The skill doesn't activate because face-up cards on his field needed to be Fiend. But he had a Fiend. So, like, did he just accidentally set it? Because he had Babysitter Goat. I feel like he had everything he needed to win, but, like, did something wrong. Right, let's go again. Let's see what we find. Our win can... our win rate. I mean, bearing in mind, I don't know if that last game really counts as a win, because again, I'm 90% sure that we saw what he had and he had lethal. But if we count that as a win, then our win rate is really good against the Royal Rebels. Yeah, he needed to set the fairy, then summon the goat. Alright, we're against, what, Harpies or Thunder? Oh, we're going first. We don't want to go first. This hand is doo-doo for going first. Alright, let's get dumping. Let's dump more. And then we'll set some cards. We were actually kind of hoping for a level 4 Thunder, so we actually did miss our mills, which is a bit of a shame. We still don't know what our opponent is on. Alright. So normal. Normal. Flip summon. Now, is it worth putting back something into the deck? No. We will, however, empty our hand a bit more. Use the effect to bring back Angler Coil. Set another trap card, go to battle, and then we'll just start swinging. So we are against Harpies. Is it me another 1400 butt? Yeah, it is another 1400 butt. I wasn't expecting a twin edge dragon. Ah, that makes me sad. Imagine the punish if he misses the 50-50. Like, we'd be in such a strong position. This just seems stupid. I don't think I'd crash here. Yeah, okay, there we go. So we don't have access to another Thunder monster in graveyard at the moment. So we will summon. We'll go ahead and tribute 2. We'll use the effect. I don't think we even need the Vorse Raider Knight now. I think I'd rather get this out of my hand. We'll set. Activate the skill. We'll just weaken that, right? There's no reason to do anything else. No, there was a reason to, because of the piercing. Okay, it's a small misplay, but that's fine. We'll just start with this. We don't need to take advantage of the piercing every time. Alright. Let's see what our opponent has for us this turn. Are we actually going to see some Harpies come down? Maybe a pet dragon. I'm not entirely sure what's going on with this dragon package that we're running, but maybe there's some secret tech we've got going. And we're now on Torna. Okay. Well, Torna does kind of out one of these. Talismanic Auxiliary. Okay, so that does out both of them if we discard a card and have another monster. Okay, there's the other monster. There's the discard. So now the question is... no big monster is a bit of a shame. I mean, we do still have Duckbill, so we can do whatever we want, really, but... Alright, Duckbill. Activate the effects. We'll just get rid of this for now. I guess we'll take back Trigger Draco, right? More damage. We don't need extra bodies from the grave. We'll go Blast Jaws. Activate the effect. We'll put Boat back. Boost this up. Tribute 1. Tribute 2. Summon this out. Activate the skill. No reason to change battle positions. Activate this. Slam. Slam. And then get in for the 19. Putting our opponent down to 2 hundo. I'm not really sure what he could do here to win. Even if he summons his maximum, I don't think it's going to be enough. I mean, maybe. Depends what we draw, right? A lot of our boss monsters are in the graveyard. Do we still have Tribute to the Doomed? We do still have Tribute to the Doomed. It's Torna again. Tributes Torna. For Harpy Lady Sisters. Goes for the Hysteric Force. Boost up to 26. Activate Sister's effect. Shuffle 2 cards back. Gain an extra 500 attack. Straight to battle. And that is going to be... mind you, we don't actually have lethal yet. And there's Duckbill to seal the deal. Summon Duck. Activate Duck. Get rid of a card. Grab this back. Tribute 1. Tribute 2. Go, Piercing Samurai. Activate. Change to defense. And we will attack with Piercing Samurai to end the game. Because why wouldn't we? Piercing Samurai is everyone's favourite boy. So many of the Harpy players. I guess it is just the go-to. I guess as well, if people are trying... Because if you've already cogged, I guess rush games will be quicker than speed if you're just trying to get all of the ranked rewards for the season. Either that or people just really like Harpies. Oh, it's Mimi and Mimi. Let me guess, we're going to see an artifact skill. Oh, there is. That means it's probably going to be Harpies again. Okay. Let's see how our opponent deals with set 5 pass. Now, the only downside here is if he is playing Thunder. Okay, he's on Harpies. Okay, we basically knew he was on Harpies, right? They're always on Harpies. Hysteric Force. Okay. Oh, my Duckbill. I mean, that is a sizable chunk. Behold. Blast Jaws. Go. Trailblazing Thunder Blast. Put that back row. Was an annoying little one as well, wasn't it? So, we have nothing we can do with Duckbill, so we might as well just get rid of it. Might as well keep you, because you're going to be the exact same as if we were just to attack directly. Tribute 1, Tribute 2. All set. Activate. I guess we could have got an extra 400 damage in, but I don't think it really mattered, because we've got piercing on the big guy as well, which I forget, because our opponent has no cards in their hand. We'll go to battle, we'll swing over, and we'll get him for 4,000. I guess the extra 400 probably just doesn't matter. Wait, did I miss something there? Oh, I didn't use his effect. I didn't use Piercing Samurai effect, because I'm a dumb. That's what I forgot. Because I just missed out on 1200 damage for no reason at all. Goes to the Hysteric Force. Boost up to 26. I mean, neither of my back row is going to stop him, so... Goes for the Twin Edge. He just really wants to try and, like, cheese... What are you doing? Okay. I mean, we'll take that. That's what, a 10 win streak? After we completely dropped the ball there, our opponent dropped the ball even harder. That is always our win condition. Is Piercing Samurai in your deck because it gives Pierce to yourself? Yes, so Piercing Samurai only is going to give Piercing to itself, but there are so many 0 defense monsters in the format that it will almost always be able to get in for that 1200 direct damage, which is really good. As well as the fact, in a lot of the matchups you'll be in, so specifically, like, Royal Rebels is probably the most important one, you want to be able to... You always want to be able to get as much damage in as quickly as you can, because against Royal Rebels, it's basically going to be like a damage race. So, in that regard, you're always going to want that extra 1200 damage in as much as possible, especially since Rebels almost always have 0 defense monsters just on the field face down defense. There's Renegade again. Finally, I finished eating some sausages with potato mash. How is it going, you handsome devil? I am playing Duel Links 2. Like me, playing some heavy metal. Currently, any tips for the deck list? I mean, heavy metal is just a good deck generically, right? Royal Rebels. I think the main takeaway is that you just want to make it as slim down as possible, and you want to be playing Widespread and King's Majesty for the mirror. Like, that's just so important. Is there any reason to, like, keep one of these? We're going to summon out both of these. I think maybe we hold on to this, but we don't need to. I think we will just hard summon. Use the Piercing Samurai. Oh, that's a bit of a shame that we milled that, but it is what it is. Swing in. Get in for that 12. Nice. So we are against the maximum, so we might just get maximumed. That is something that might just happen. Just lost my KoG game. It was the most dumb mistake. I mean, if you've been watching this stream, you see we make a lot of dumb mistakes, so... Unfortunately, it happens. And we're currently against Quantum Cube's semi-finalist, Renegade, playing the deck that he got second place in that tournament with. So, this is probably going to be a bit of an uphill battle. Let's see what Renegade has for us. I can't seem to make Rebels work. I have 3 heavy, 2 invasion, and everything else needed, but it just doesn't want to work. Do you recommend running a version without any spells and only the 2 good traps? So, the one thing I would say is, the spell cards that do destroy your opponent's spell traps are still worth playing, because the same reason you want those traps to stop other Rebels players, those traps will also stop you, right? Like, it's a really weird kind of situation to be in, but you want to... Man, how have we gotten down this rabbit hole into this playlist? Oh, we'll stay on it. But yeah, you want to be aware that King's Majesty and the God, what is it even called? Widespread Ruin will also hurt you just as much. You also want to get a third invasion. Having invasion up every turn is like so important for the deck. Right, well, we'll summon. We'll tribute 2. Summon this guy. Activate his effect. Normal summon. Now, how much damage is this? This is 28. We can reduce this down to 0. So that'll be 28 direct. 31. 40. Okay, so if we do this, we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, we don't want to put both of those back in. We'll do this. We'll weaken the maximum down. We'll activate our skill. We'll lower this. Oh, I didn't want to change the battle position. We may have just thrown the game. No, we should be fine, right? That was a misclick. We have officially misclicked. We have missed lethal by 100 due to misclick. Right, this is the punish. Here we go. Maximum summon. Let's go. Let's give Renegade the 1 turn. We're giving him the homie draw. Come on, Renegade. You got this. I mean, it's fine. If we lose to Renegade, it's not like the end of the world. We already beat him earlier today anyway. Let's see what he's got for us. We're giving him the homie draw. Does he do it? Does he have it? Come on, Renegade. You got this. We believe. Come on, everyone. Send Renegade your energy. Streamer throwing Madge. Oh yeah, I heard you triple piercing samurai him. I mean, maybe. I don't remember doing that. I do hope that Renegade isn't isn't speaking ill. Okay, we got the SRM. Going for the SRM effect, goes up to 33. Sets the back row. Sets another back row. Obviously has to clear over the Trigger Drago. Card in hand's probably a maximum piece then, or a level 5 that he's bricking on. Alright, let's see. If he has... He needs like 2 pretty specific back rows. So I'll go Duckbill. We'll activate Duckbill. Let's get rid of this. We always take back Trigger Drago, I think. Tribute. Summon out. Activate the effect. Now, do we... So we always weaken it. And it goes down to 14, so we don't want to change the battle position. Then we'll summon. We'll go to battle. And we'll see if we can't just get in with this for the game. Kaboom! Even with the homie draw, we still managed to take it. Thunder, such a strong deck. Incoming Widespread Ruin. That's the nice thing though. Widespread Ruin doesn't even save. It would have needed... What? I don't think anything would have saved, right? Even Widespread and Recital wouldn't save. I don't know what could have saved there, to be honest. Renegade more like red or bad. Nah, Renegade's a good duelist, right? Again, he managed to take 2nd place in a tournament recently. You know, he's constantly an active member of the community. He's always giving his insights into these like games. I think Renegade is a strong player. All right, let's get another game in. I'm teasing. Oh, I know, Grand. I just like playing into it. I love the idea of what's the thing? It's like, you know, when... So this is a common thing that happens in my friend group, where someone will say something to have like a cheeky dig at someone as a joke, waiting for their response, their reaction to it. And everyone will just go quiet. And then after a few seconds, they'll be like, no, it was a joke. I didn't mean it. Just because of the awkwardness of like, no, I just wanted it to be a cheeky dig, and then I'd get like a comment back. Oh, 2 back row. Maximum Overload again. Okay, so we are against another Magnum Overload deck. Alright, let's see what we got. So we do have everyone's favourite Essel. So we are going to go for it, but unfortunately we don't have anything in the graveyard currently. We need to get a big boss monster, otherwise there's no reason to use it. Speak of the devil and he shall appear. Welcome, Trigger Drago. No reason to not summon this. We'll activate the skill. We always weaken this. Now the question is, do we change its battle position? There's no reason to. We'll go ahead and activate this. Then, are we playing around anything specifically? If it's Recital, we want to attack with this first, because that guarantees this dies. Without having to crash into it. Yeah, we'll attack with this first, because again, clearing his board is the most important thing to me. If he's got the Recital, he's got the Recital. We miss out on some damage, but... Ooh. What is that delay for? It's got to be Barrier, right? But then it wouldn't have triggered on the Windweaver attack. Unless he's got... I don't know. I don't know what that is. What do you think will be in the next Rush structure deck? Vlad, that is an excellent question. I would like to see a maximum structure deck, right? Now, to some people that might be controversial because, obviously, to get the 3rd copy of a structure, we have to spend money. In some cases, we have to spend money to get the 2nd copy. But I think it's good to showcase, like, the new mechanic, and I think doing a structure deck to do that is the best way to showcase the new mechanic. As well as it would be quite an easy way for free-to-play, assuming you get 1 copy for free, and you can buy 1 copy with gems, free-to-play players will now have most of a maximum deck, right? Now, you won't have all 3 copies, so it'll be kind of similar-ish to the way that Harpy Ladies is playing right now. But I think it would be really cool to do, and I think there are a lot of maximums that would make sense to go in there. Things like the Skystream Magnum Overlord would be really cool. The Vast Vulcan is a maximum which hasn't really done much and could have a skill to go with it to make it really, really good. Or even something like Blaze Fiends. It might still be a little bit early for Blaze Fiends, but I think Blaze Fiends could also be a potential, like, pick to go into a structure deck. Just give us more copies of Harpy Ladies. I mean, there is that as well, but I imagine they'll try and save that for when we get a lot of the more modern Harpy Lady supports, or they'll try and drip feed us it over time. It'd probably be an EX structure deck then. I can't... Do we have EX structure decks in Rush? Like, do we... I haven't, like, paid too much attention to, like, what they are. This is a hand. Okay, I think we have to go all in with this, right? No. Okay. I'll get rid of this. Bring this back. Then we're going to Tribute 1, Tribute 2, summon out Boat. Then, do we want to keep a card in hand? Not really, so we'll summon this out. More Tribute 1, Tribute 2. Do we want the Vorse? We do want the Vorse. Let's just get him out. Let's get everyone on the board. Activate our skill. There's no reason to change battle position. We'll go to battle. We will swing with... Doesn't really make much difference. Let me guess. Ooh, nothing. Go get him, Vorse Raider. No EX in Russia, yeah. It would be interesting, right? Because I personally would have liked to see, with the release of Maximums, just bring... Oh, that's a shame. Just bring out a structure deck with them, right? But it makes sense to trickle it out, because if we're going to have another 2 or 3 months without another box, it makes sense to drip feed us the little bits going along. But I would also expect them to do the same thing with fusions. I would really like to see a fusion structure deck come out like shortly after fusions are introduced into the game. So I think it's always nice to have a concise way to say, like, oh, this is the new mechanic. This is what's popping off in Rush right now. You can just grab this, jump on in, and hopefully it will be a good deck as well, which has like multiple copies of the cards you need. Like, just getting a playset of fusion would be quite nice. Like, because fusion is not like polymerization. It kind of is, but the fusion spell, you need all your monsters to be on the field. And it feels like in the same way Poly is a card that you should just have 3 copies of, right? Fusion is just a card that you should just have 3 copies of. Okay, we've got some defense monsters going on. We're clearing boat. My poor boat. What a boat of an idiot. Why have you left Trigger Drago up? Well, we will go ahead and use the Thunder Blast and pop one of you back row. He had the widespread. I mean, do we just Piercing Samurai, right? I mean, yeah, that was 28, which means 700 damage. Can't blame the man. Cannot blame the man for giving us the scoop. I mean, yeah, that win streak's just never stopping, is it? But I think that is going to have to be it for today. We do actually, unfortunately, have some other bits and bobs we have to get on with today. But today was a great day. We got to jam some Thunder, which is something that we've really been enjoying. We think that the meta right now is in a really good spot, right? It's not perfect. It's never going to be, but it seems to be in an okay position right now. My only real negative to say is I think that traps are becoming a little bit less impactful. And as we saw when, you know, the game came out and there weren't any traps, that was kind of a bit of a mid-meta, so we'll have to see how that actually expands going forward. But we will be back on Thursday at the same time. We'll be playing another new deck. Probably going to be Yggdrago, but we still have a few other decks to test out. We still want to play Harpies, for example. We've done like no testing with Harpies whatsoever, but I'm probably going to play some Yggdrago, so I really want to play that deck. I wanted to play the Thunder deck now while it's still kind of fresh and cool. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. I don't think there's much going on at the moment. No like English streamers, so we will just be ending there. So again, back on Thursday, and I'll see you next time.